You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a... Kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You're in the building on this wonderful Wednesday, what they call it, hump day? It's hump day, ain't it? Yeah, that's what they call it, right? Hump day? Is my mic tripping? Yeah, my mic's tripping. Give me a second, son. This is my mic. That's just a devil. Give me a second.
Yo, we better now? Should be good now. Yeah, that's just the devil try to hate on us, man. You know what I'm saying? The devil can't knock us either. You feel me? We got God on our side. They tried to trip on my mic, bro. Nah, it's not that it's too high. It just had to be reset. Yeah, sometimes my mic does that. But anyway, brothers and sisters, brethren and sisters, hermanos, mi hermanas, amigos, mi amigas, dudes and dudettes, ladies and lads, kings and queens, and everything in between. Y'all know what time it is. A doctor's in the house. Yeah, shout out to you, Patriot. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to you, man. We are here, man. Another day, another opportunity to praise. You know what I'm saying? The man upstairs, and another day, another dollar. You feel me? So let's get right to it, man. Thank you so much for letting me know, man. Let's hit this roll call real quick, man. We have George, the last Patriot, in the building. Hopefully you feeling good, my brother. Hopefully you feeling good. We got Fredo in the building. He said, also sure I've been watching some old lives. Sorry about the fallout with Smoochie. Sometimes that happens. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Fredo. You and Smoochie fell out? I hope you guys get things together, you know? Not sure what you're talking about though, but yo, so let's get right to it, man. Let's get right to it, man. I appreciate the compliment on the show too, man. Shout out to you, man. Yes, sir. We try to do the show good, man. Try to just talk boxing. You know, I love boxing, but sometimes we talk about other things too. And if you're not interested, that's okay. You know, if you are interested, then you know, get a Coke or a smile, grab a seat, and stay. You feel me? But yeah, there's a couple things I want to talk about today, man. You know, we have my brother Oscar in the building. Big member in the building with that power glove, that purple glove like Thanos. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, so we already know, man, the fight of the century. I thought it was a big fight. Is it the fight of the century? That's 100 years. Now, is it the fight of this century? Like in the 2000s, it's only been 25 years, we're only a quarter way through, maybe. But even that, it's still, you know what I'm saying, you got to think about the fights that happened then. Mayweather, Pacquiao. I don't think it's quite the fight of the century, but to me, forget about literally speaking. To me, just metaphorically speaking, it's the best fight in a long time. And I think that's what matters the most. You know what I'm saying? It's the best fight in a long time. And it was a big fight. Whether you, even if you don't like it because of the weight disparity initially, the result should kind of change your mind. And we all knew that it was interesting because Terence Bud Crawford, the American, was so skilled that he could potentially, that skill gap could potentially overcome the size gap that was in favor of the Mexican fighter, Saul Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? And it was because they both represented the best of nations. And you know, boxing loves to do that. We love to take advantage of an ethnic difference, or a racial divide, or a coloration difference, whatever it is, you know, nationality. We try to exploit that. And I'm not saying all of us, but I'm saying that's what boxing as a business does. You know, black versus brown, American versus Mexican, whatever you want to call it. That's what this was. And this represented the best Mexican star, who happens to be the face of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez, aka Cinnamon, going against the best American star, who's Terence Bud Crawford, aka Budrick. So Cinnamon and Budrick, I don't think it failed to disappoint, man. It had the big fight feel, and Budrick came out on top, man. I was wrong. I thought Cinnamon was going to be too much for him, you know, being a 168-pound champion, undisputed champion, and being a light heavyweight champion as well, you know. So I just thought he was going to be too much for him, but I was wrong, man. You know, the skills overcame, and shout out to Terence Bud Crawford, you know. And now a lot of people are anointing, I don't really say anointing, a lot of people are looking for a new face of boxing to anoint. And I'm gonna be honest, man, you know, Canelo wasn't undefeated before, right, coming into this fight. And I'm not saying that it doesn't help, of course, because the last face of boxing was Floyd. He was undefeated, but the face before Floyd was arguably Oscar De La Hoya, right? He wasn't undefeated. So I do think that American fighters are less likely to overcome losses because, you know, we just tend to not like American fighters as much, and boxing is not as big in America, you know what I'm saying, as it is compared to other countries. So I think it's more difficult for that standpoint, but I also think that American fans are the most fickle fans, you know, and I think that's why it's hard for an American fighter to really be considered the face if he wasn't undefeated. And so Terence Crawford fits the bill for being undefeated, but he does not have, and you can be mad at me if you want, I don't think he has the charisma, you know? And is that fair? No, it's not fair, because I always said this, and Oscar and my brother Ty, they could attest to this. I've always said if Terence Crawford was of another nationality, if he was from England, he'd be the face of boxing. If he was from Mexico, he'd definitely be the face of boxing. If he was Japanese, he'd be the face of boxing. But because, like I said, it could be because he's American. It could be specifically because he's Black American. They want you to have other factors besides just being great at what you do. And unfortunately, charisma is one of them. So I don't think that that's necessarily wrong or negative to say. You know, Terence Crawford, I like him because of that. He's very genuine and authentic to himself. He doesn't try to be something else he's not. He doesn't get into trouble outside the boxing ring. And the only trouble he got into, he was a victim, not saying he's a victim like he's weak, but he was a victim of a gunshot wound, and he overcame that. He went through the Olympic trials and stuff like that. He's missing that background or whatever. But it's like sometimes there's other obstacles that you have to overcome. That's just what the truth is. And I don't think that he has that. It's plus now he's 38 years old, right? So it's kind of towards the back, not kind of, it is towards the end of his career. So I don't see him becoming the face of boxing. And I say that to also say that you might beat the face of boxing, but that doesn't mean that you'll be the face, right? Dimitri Bivol didn't become the face of boxing when he beat Canelo. Floyd Mayweather was the face of boxing when he beat Canelo. But let's look at another star, right? Go to the heavyweight division. Plenty of people, no disrespect, but multiple people had beat Anthony Joshua. Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua. He didn't become the face of the heavyweight division. It was still Anthony Joshua. Anthony, now, it's sometimes, now he may not be considered the best, but the best isn't always the face. Duh. Nope. I don't think anybody would say Canelo is the best right now. But I consider him one of the top, but I don't think he's the best, right? I think he's definitively behind Bud, Usyk, and Inoue, but he was still the face. You see what I'm saying? Daniel Dubois beat Anthony Joshua. He didn't become the face of the heavyweight division. Lamont Roach, controversial or not, he just had a draw. Some people say he beat Gervonta Davis. He's not a bigger draw than Gervonta Davis. That's just not how it works. You see what I'm saying? That would be nice. Ideally, that's how it would work because we would prioritize your results in the ring, but that's not how it works. But before we get to it, I almost messed up. Let's go ahead and say our prayer, man. I'm just ready to talk about this. I'm ready to talk about this boxing, man. I almost didn't say my prayer, man. God forgive me. So please join me and bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for your blessings. Thank you for leading us into this wonderful day, Lord. And we thank you for another day. We want to say that with the most sincerity because a lot of people that had plans for today didn't make it for today. So whatever you let us have another moment, another minute, another hour, another day, another week, another month, another year, that means our story is not over with and you have a lot more for us to complete in our purpose. And so let us please be able to have the strength or the courage to seek our purpose and fulfill our purpose and give you all the praise while doing it. And Lord, we thank you for all your mercies. We thank you for all the things that we take for granted, all of your blessings that you gave us in the past, that you're giving us in the present, and that you will give us in the future. We ask that you continuously forgive us for our sins and some of the things that we do or say that we may not mean, or it may not be delivered as intended. Lord, we ask that you guide our thoughts, guide our tongues, and guide our actions to be the best representative of what you are, and that's holy, and that's grace, and that's mercy, and that's just pleasance. Through Jesus' name, thank you, Lord. Amen. To be pleasant. Shout out to my brother Fredo dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. My brother Ty Moore said in the building. All right, let me pull up the chat walls real quick. He says, or that's Bud Legacy like Canelo is contingent on him fighting Benavidez. I didn't realize two great fighters, losers. Yeah. I didn't realize two great fighters fighting the losers all his legacy like everyone he fought are chumps. Bro, I don't even, and that's the thing, Oscar. I'm gonna be honest, man. This is why I don't frequent a lot of boxing channels, and I know, I appreciate y'all, and I feel like y'all see that in me, and I feel like I give that off and present that very well. Like, I love boxing, man. I'm not here to be, I am a fan, but I'm not here to be fanatical. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to be disingenuous. I'm not here to overly criticize or sensationalize something. Like, there's no way. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I love basketball too. I love other sports, but I love basketball and boxing the most. I can't have a conversation with you if you don't think Michael Jordan is good. If you don't think LeBron James is good, if you don't think Steph Curry is good. I'm not talking about who's better. That a conversation is who is better between Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, whatever. We can have a conversation about who is better and who's overrated or slightly underrated. But to say somebody's not good and they're doing that much for the sport and you could objectively see that they are good, then that means that you just don't know what you're talking about. And I just have no desire to engage in a conversation with you. So go to boxing. You may not think Canelo was the best, but there's no way that you could think Canelo's not good. There's no way that you could think that he didn't do enough to be in his position. Now, you want to say he ducked Benavidez, that's cool. You want to say Bud fought or hurt Errol Spence, that's cool. But if you tell me that Bud is not good, Bud is overrated, 2 times undisputed and undefeated while doing it. 3 times undisputed now and undefeated while doing it, champion in 5 different divisions. That means that you are an emotionally driven person. That means that you lack logic. That means that if you are not some type of logical in your speech and in your thinking and in your efforts and demeanor, then I don't have any desire to engage with you. I think that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should be able to speak objectively. It's like, I don't like Teofimo. Why would I like Teofimo? Teofimo's a racist, and he directs that racism towards people that look like me. Why would I like Teofimo? But I would never say that Teofimo's not a good fighter because he's the longest reigning champion in the 140-pound division. Do I think he's as good as people think he is? Do I think he's a takeover? No. But do I think he was good because I think that you have to be good to beat Lomachenko and Josh Taylor? Absolutely, yes, he's good. You see what I'm saying? So I don't even engage in conversation with like to me, that's not even a boxing. That's not even a boxing channel. That's just a channel that just likes to hype. You know what I'm saying? Just hype. So Bud doesn't talk, but he said, do you put Bud in the same category as Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones Jr., and Floyd Mayweather? That's a good question, Fredo. I do. I put him in the same category. I think he's in the GOAT conversation. I think not only just those 3 that you named, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, Julio Cesar Chavez, Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis, Manny Pacquiao, so many people. Like, he is of that cloth, bro. The man not only was the first ever 2 times undisputed, he was the first ever to do that in the 4-belt era. Now he's the first ever to do it in 3-belt era, and he did it by beating an all-time great in Canelo. That's why I tell people this all the time. I'm gonna say it again. I'm sorry to sound like a broken record to some of y'all, but Canelo versus Bud was not a battle for greatness. It was a battle of greatness. And what I mean by that is they're both already great individually. They don't need to fight each other to become great. They were already great and all-time greats by themselves, by their own accomplishments. They stand alone. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that they came together for a night of greatness, that is dope. And we will determine who is greater, but it doesn't mean that the loser is not great. Canelo's great. Canelo didn't get knocked out. He didn't get stopped. You could say he got beat up handily, of course. You could say that he got dominated, whatever you want to say. But to me, it was a closer fight than what people are admitting. But still, I had a clear winner. Terence Crawford won. Terence Crawford is greater. Terence Crawford has elevated or ascended to GOAT conversation. I'm not saying he is the GOAT, the definitive number 1. I'm not saying that, but he's definitely, to answer your question, he's in the category. He has to be. He's in the Usyk's in that category as well. You see what I'm saying? So I'm still on the fence about. Anyways, an all-time great as well. But is he in the conversation of GOAT? I don't think so. But he's up there too. But I would say he's in the GOAT conversation. So I just say that, and to me, I know people aren't gonna like it, but if you can't name, if you would struggle to name 10 people that are better than Canelo in the last 25 years, then that means that he's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't even know why this is even a conversation. Like, that's the nature of boxing. You're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. The only person that, well, not the only, but you know, Floyd Mayweather is known for not losing. But he took challenges though, you know what I'm saying? And so it is what it is, man. He just happened to not lose, but you could lose and still be great. Oscar De La Hoya is still great. Bernard Hopkins is still great. They have losses. Like, we got to stop with that, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Canelo Alvarez, bigger shout out to Budrick, the American man, the Black American man. He did his thing. And now a lot of people, like I said, are looking for the next face of boxing. And I'm gonna be honest, like I said before, I don't think Terence Crawford is gonna be that. Just because of where he's at in his career and the way people still don't really respect his accomplishments, which is crazy to me. But I don't think that beating the face of boxing is enough to become the face of boxing all the time. And I definitely don't think that's applicable here. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's like a passing of the torch. Like, a lot of people say that they believe Canelo versus Benavidez would be like a passing of the torch moment. But still, there's no guarantee that people will gravitate towards David Benavidez and accept him as a face of boxing either. You know, it's just, as I tell people, man, Canelo, whether you like him or not, he carved his greatness. Floyd Mayweather, whether you like him or not, he carved his own path to greatness. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people do. So we could say it's like a passing of the torch, but it's not always as easy as that or as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? There's more elements to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. But I do think, so I do think that Terence Crawford may have dethroned Canelo as a face of boxing, but I don't think he replaces him as a face of boxing. Now I think we're in a moment where we're going to be looking for that next person to ascend. But I don't want to say that. I'm not saying Canelo's not the face of boxing right now. I think that's yet to be seen, right? I think we have to wait till his next fight and see how much demand is there for his next fight, whether it's a Terence Crawford rematch or whether it's a Chris Eubank fight if Chris Eubank beats Conor Ben, or whether it's a Hamza Shiraz fight. We'll see how much the demand is, how much the intrigue is, how much the interest is. And I think that will tell us. Time will tell us if he's still the face of boxing. For me, he's still the face of boxing, you know? But I do think that his position is a little bit more shaky, obviously, with the loss, right? That's what it's going to do. It's going to make people question some things that they probably wouldn't question before. But I will say that there's some fighters that they are grooming into be the next face of boxing. I think that's Reito Satsumi for the Riyadh season card. And I think that there's Marco Verde, like especially Marco Verde, considering that he's also Mexican, the silver medalist. They're grooming them into becoming the next face of boxing to replace Canelo. But they're not there yet. They don't have enough fights. They have like 3 fights and 2 fights respectively. So they're just not there yet. I think it's far too early to even consider them as a potential replacement for Canelo. And I will say this too. Y'all know I rock with Gervonta Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? Gervonta Tank Davis is one of my favorite fighters, just like Cinnamon. Spam them GTD chains in the chat and the Canelo face in the chat. I will say this though. Can you imagine? I know a lot of people are saying, oh, Gervonta's a face of boxing now. No, he's not. I'm sorry. I like Gervonta. Gervonta's not the face of boxing. I'm going to tell you why. You know what's so crazy? Imagine if Tank would have fought Roach. If Tank would have rematched Roach in June or whenever the original date was, and he would have beat Roach, And then think about the timeline, and now Terence Crawford beat Canelo. Bro, Gervonta might solidify himself as the de facto, the definitive face of boxing right now. But all of your choices, that's why I say what you did yesterday, it does matter for today. What you did last week, it does matter for this week. What you did 5 minutes ago, it does influence what happens now 5 minutes later. That's how life goes. So your choices make up the path that you will take. I'm not knocking Tank for fighting Jake Paul. You know I don't like that fight. I don't really like any fight involving Jake Paul because I'm a real boxing purist. But I do understand Tank fighting him because that's a revenue generator. Okay, you want to make money. So I'm not mad at it. But as a boxing fan, yeah, I would prefer that Tank fights Lamont Roach and gets that back. You know, or fight Shakur. You know what I'm saying? So like, but even when Jake Paul's gonna fight AJ, y'all know I didn't want to see that fight either, but it made more sense because they were closer in weight. But I still would rather see AJ versus Fury or AJ versus Moses Atam or whatever other heavyweight. Like there's no real professional championship level boxer that I would rather see Jake Paul with than see them fight somebody else. Even when it was Canelo and Jake Paul, I didn't want to see Canelo and Jake Paul. I'd rather see Canelo and Benavidez or Bivol rematch or Diego Pacheco or Canelo and Iglesias. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, so this is what happens. You see what I'm saying? Do I think that Gervonta, if he would have beat Lamont Roach and then Canelo would have lost, he probably would have been elevated to the #1 face of boxing. But see what happens when you make choices. You see what I'm saying? And that's not no problem. But I just don't want to hear about Gervonta being this is coming from a Gervonta fan. Tank is one of my favorite fighters. I think he's one of the top draws. Of course, it's Canelo, Tank, and AJ. Tank and AJ are like interchangeable. You know, whether you want to call Tank #2 and AJ 3 or AJ 2 and Tank 3, it's up to you. But Canelo's #1 and then the other two fall behind. But I think that if Tank would have beat Lamont Roach, I think he would have been elevated to the face of boxing for sure. And I don't even think he would have needed Shakur. I'm not saying Tank can't get to be the face of boxing, but now I think in order for Tank to be the face of boxing, I think he would have to beat Shakur now. You see how that works? Because now even if he beats Lamont Roach, I don't think it's enough to put him up there as a face of boxing. I think that he would have to, I think it would have been if he would have beat Lamont Roach, beat him, and then Bud would have beat Canelo, I think he would have been face of boxing. But now I think he has, in order to become the default face of boxing, I think he has to fight Shakur. That's just funny how that thing goes. Shout out to my guy Thomas in the building. He said the fans in the comments are hilarious. Yes, peel out. They're crazy. Canelo didn't really show a lot of charisma. It's only the last couple of years that he started to show more of his personality. Well, I kind of disagree. I think he always had the little bravado about him. It's just the last couple of years he started speaking English. You know, so we could understand him. I think Canelo has charisma, but I mean, to each his own. He said Canelo's not the face of boxing. He's the face of ducking. It's crazy. Hey, shout out to Rick Tibbs. He said Canelo is a face of ducking. Is crazy. Hold on, man. Don't do my boy Cinnamon like that. Don't do my boy Cinnamon like that. He said, I don't like the fight, but if Tank KOs Jake Paul, he's a face of boxing. Nah. His popularity, yes, but nah. I mean, shout out to Tank, right? And I don't know where you from, Fredo, but it's like I said, I understand the fight. I'm not mad at the fight, but as a boxing fan, yeah, I can separate the two. Tank fighting Jake Paul is not going to make me dislike Tank. I still like Tank, still one of my favorite fighters. However, I don't like that fight. I don't know why people act like you have to like nobody's infallible. Like that's how you know that there's a bunch of baby mamas and future baby mamas running around that are fans of these fighters. Like if you criticize Jai Pataya, his fans will act like you're doing something sacrilegious. If you criticize Tank, his fans will go crazy. Devin Haney, his fans will go crazy. Ryan Garcia's fans will go crazy. Or if I call Ryan Garcia a racist cheater, his fans will go crazy. Canelo, his fans will go crazy. Like everybody has ridiculous fans. I don't do ridiculousness. I will tell you no problem who's my favorite fighter. And that's why people rock with me when they disagree, because even if you disagree, I'm not like a super fanboy of anybody. You feel me? Like, no, if somebody, I bestow compliments and I bestow critiques when appropriate, when appropriate. You see what I'm saying? If they're applicable, it's applicable. And I think that this fight is garbage. I'd much rather watch Tank versus, I don't know, Teofimo, Keyshawn Davis, Lamont Roach rematch, Shakur Stevenson, anybody. You know, so that's just me, man. My fandom is different. I like boxing. And I don't think that Canelo losing to Terence Crawford is a bad thing. Terence Crawford is an all-time great. Canelo's an all-time great. So you lose to an all-time great. I don't think that's bad. It does it make his legendary status more questionable? Of course, he lost, and he lost to a smaller guy. So his record is going to have a blemish on it, and it's going to be tarnished a bit. But let's not get overrated. Like let's not over-exaggerate. His resume and his body of work is not obliterated because he lost to Terence Crawford. He still beat Sugar Shane Mosley. He still beat Miguel Cotto. He still beat Sergey Kovalev. He still fought Floyd Mayweather at 23 years old. He lost, but he still beat Austin Trout, who was undefeated at the time. He still beat Billy Joe Sanders. He may have lost to Bivol, but he also went up and beat Kovalev at light heavyweight, and he was the first ever and the only, up until Terence Crawford, undisputed champion, 168-pound division. You can't take that away because he lost. It's like Terence Crawford. If I still, Errol Spence is my favorite fighter. Still one of my favorite fighters. I can't really say he's my favorite because I don't really consider him active. But Errol Spence lost to Terence Crawford. I didn't shit on Errol Spence. I don't care how bad he lost. He still lost to a Hall of Fame, a potential guy. Like, what are we talking about? We want the best to fight the best, but then when one of them lose, we say, oh, they trash. Floyd Mayweather's not the problem. I couldn't tell you the last time I see Floyd Mayweather box because I don't watch none of them goofy ass exhibitions. Floyd is my favorite fighter of all time. I don't like him enough to watch an exhibition. I don't give a damn if he wins and he beats up John Gotti's itchy-gritchy grandson. I don't care about that. That's not boxing. That's a circus. You know what I'm saying? It's like I watch the NBA. I don't confuse the NBA with the big three. No disrespect to Ice Cube. The big three is dope, but I never confuse that with what LeBron James and Steph Curry's doing. Why do you? You see what I'm saying? It's separate. So to me, that's Jake Paul versus Tank is not boxing. I don't have to fucking like it. I don't know why people act like you have to like something. Like, but you bunch of fucking cocksuckers, bro. Get the dick out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. These people don't know you, bro. That's what it's so annoying because it's like, bro, like, you could watch boxing and you could be objective and you could be critical and you can still like somebody, bro. You see what I'm saying? None of us are perfect. It's crazy, bro. Shout out to Just Do in the building. Shout out to Al Booger in the building. That shit is crazy, bro. The funny part is, as a boxer, I probably like Tank more than the Tank maniacs that just bow down and suck his toes. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I just don't do that, bro. Like, you know, I probably like, there's so many fighters that people think that you have to like everything that they do. You probably don't like it because as soon as they lose, you probably go and jump on somebody else's bandwagon. I remember there was this goofball who told me that Subriel Matias was so good. And I said, bro, Liam Parle is going to beat Subriel Matias. And Liam Parle went on and beat Subriel Matias. That man ain't speak about Subriel Matias no more. All he did, he just jumped onto the Naoya Inoue boat. He jumped onto Xander Zayas. He jumped onto Inoue. He jumped onto this person. You see what I'm saying? A bunch of fickle fans. As soon as somebody lose, they treat them like they trash.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Yeah, you have no foundation, bro. Like, that's not boxing talk. That's pussy talk. That's bitch talk. That's groupie talk. I don't communicate in that type of verbiage. You see what I'm saying? In that type of dialogue. I don't interact or engage in that type of dialogue, bro. I rock with Tank as a fighter. I don't know what he's doing outside of boxing. I don't keep up with him. I don't watch him dancing his draws on Instagram. I seen it, but it's not something that's going on my wall. You know what I'm saying? So these people act so gosh dang fanatical. It's crazy, bro. Tank is a beast. I do not like the Jake Paul fight. It is what it is. So, you know what I'm saying? I like Canelo. When Canelo was about to fight Jake Paul, I didn't like that shit either. So it doesn't matter if, like, you know, so it's so funny that the same people that will shit on let's say Tank is fighting Jake Paul. They're the people who like Tank are making excuses for it, right? If Shakur was fighting Jake Paul, they'll be pissed. If Terence Crawford was fighting Jake Paul, they'll be pissed. If Canelo was fighting Jake Paul, they'll be pissed. It's like this English goofball. I can't remember his name. He's on DAZN, right? He said on a tweet, right? And I responded to it. He said, oh, American boxing is the problem with boxing because Tank is fighting Jake Paul. Bitch, are you dumb? Jake Paul was freaking 2 steps, a hop, skip, and a jump from fighting AJ, who's an Englishman. The only reason why the AJ and Jake Paul fight didn't happen is because they couldn't agree on a venue and a broadcasting deal because AJ's with DAZN and they wanted to put it on Netflix. Don't make it seem like, oh, American boxing is the reason why Jake. No, that's not American boxing. Bitch, your guy, Anthony Joshua, is just about to fight Jake Paul. In fact, I could blame Anthony Joshua and the Jake Paul fight falling through as why we're getting Jake Paul and Tank Davis. He targeted Anthony. First, he targeted Canelo. Turkey intervened. He targeted AJ. Their current obligations and their contracts intervened, and now he fought Tank. So it's just so funny how people would just romanticize shit like they don't really know boxing. And I don't know if this is indicative of them not knowing boxing or they're just so ignorant that they think other people are ignorant and they won't recognize the shit that they say. Like AJ was just about to fight Jake Paul. What are we talking about? It's not an American boxing issue. You fucking idiot. That shit is crazy, bro. But I do want to, but anyway, I want to get back on the face of boxing, man. Shout out to Terence Crawford. Unfortunately, I don't think it's a passing of the torch. I think we should wait and see what the intrigue and the interest for Canelo's next fight is. And shout out to Oster in the building. My God. I would say this. I think that is Canelo the face of boxing still? I think we have to wait and see the intrigue and the interest in his next fight. Do I think Terence Crawford may have dethroned him, yes, but I don't think he replaced him as a face of boxing because, unfortunately, like I said, American boxing fans and journalists and publicists and podcasters and aficionados are so fickle that, you know, if Terence Crawford, like I said, was Japanese, if Terence Crawford was Mexican, if Terence Crawford was English, if he was from any other nation that they prioritize boxing and they appreciated boxing, if he was Ukrainian, he'd probably be the face of boxing due to his accomplishments and accolades. But, you know, it seems like people are more interested in discrediting him than actually crediting him. So does he have the ability to be the face of boxing? Yes. Does he have the skill? Yes. Does he have the accolades and achievements? Yes. That's just not it. You know what I'm saying? It's also about charisma. It's also about other factors when you come from certain places. So I don't think that he is going to do that. Plus, he's at the end of his career. So I don't think he will be the face of boxing, but I do think that he made Canelo's stranglehold on the face of boxing a little bit more looser of a grip. And I do think we are looking for a face of boxing. That's why I brought up the Gervonta stuff. Who do I think is going to be the face of boxing? Now, I'm not going to lie, man. If I was to put somebody on the face of boxing, I think that boy Abdullah Mason, man. I think Abdullah Mason, especially if he beats Sam Noakes, he'll be a WBO champion at 135. Man, he has all the makings to be the face. And his fighting style, people love it. And I think also somebody else is Moses Atama, the Englishman. He's up there. Like, I'm not really sold on Moses Atama, but just the way that he has that train behind him, the hype train, and the English are always good. English, in my opinion, England, I think they're probably the best boxing nation. England and Mexico is one of those two, but I would say England, they really love boxing. So I think Moses Atama has a pathway to become the face of boxing. Plus, he's in the most glamorous division, the heavyweight. I also think Xander Zayas, you know, the American champion, specifically brown American or Puerto Rican American WBO champion, the current youngest champion in all of boxing right now. He has a WBO belt at 154. I don't know if he has the skills to be able to do that. Like, I don't know if he beats Virgil Ortiz. I don't know if he beats Fundora, but if he can beat, I don't know if he beats Boots, but if he can beat those guys, and I think there's a pathway for him to become the face of boxing. And I also think this one might surprise you. I also think Brian Norman Jr., man. I think Brian Norman Jr., another guys, dang, all these WBO belt holders. Abdullah Mason, what Bob orders, right? They're all top ranks. So Xander Zayas, Brian Norman, and Abdullah Mason are all top ranks. So that's why it's WBO. Yeah, what Bob orders. You know how that goes. But with President Gustavo Oliveri. But I think that Brian Norman Jr., if he could beat Devin Haney, I think there's a pathway for him because, I mean, he's literally knocking people into a coma. So he definitely has a fan-friendly style. You feel me? So I think that if he could beat Devin Haney, I think there's a pathway for him to become face of boxing too. Those are the ones that I would consider as far as the new generation, new blood, you know, but I don't know about anybody right now who is just going to take over as a face of boxing. I don't know. Shout out to Jen. Def Call, Bud is great indeed. Yeah, boxing is a business also. He needs to one more big fight. This is only a second at 38, if I understand. I feel you on that, Jen. I disagree with that, but I get what you're saying. It's only his second big fight as far as like the masses, right? But I'm sorry, like, and there's no disrespect to you, but I feel like people that say that, and I'm not, once again, I'm not isolating you. I'm just saying I've seen that being said, right? This is not his second big fight. I don't think people remember. Do people remember who the fuck Gamboa was? Do we remember that they called that little bitch? No disrespect to him. I don't mean little bitch like that. I'm just excited and passionate right now because I've been holding this since the last stream, which was 2 days ago. Do we know who Yuriorkis Gamboa was? You know Moses Atama. You know how they say, oh, Moses Atama is the next who? Is the next what? They say Moses Atama is the next Mike Tyson. You know Mike Tyson, Iron Mike? They called Yuriorkis Gamboa the same shit. They called him Little Mike. They weren't talking about Michael Jackson. They weren't talking about Michael Jordan. They weren't talking about Michael Johnson, the track runner. They were talking about Little Mike Tyson. Terence Crawford was the first person to beat him. That's a big fight. He stopped him. Bradis Prescott, that's not a big fight, but Amir Khan, he was looked at as the next guy in England with the fastest hands in boxing. Bradis Prescott beat him, and Terence Crawford went and whooped his ass after he beat Amir Khan. Not to mention he beat Amir Khan too. Kell Brook was a big fight. Sean Porter was a big fight. Victor Postal was an undefeated Eastern European champion. That's a big fight. It's not the biggest fight. It's not Canelo. No, it's not Errol Spence. No, but to say that Errol Spence and Canelo are Terence Crawford's only two big fights, that's the problem right there. That's the problem, bro. That's the problem right there. People don't appreciate shit. People don't appreciate shit, bro. People don't appreciate shit, bro. It is what it is. They don't appreciate shit, bro. It's just crazy. There's other reasons why people are too bothered by AJ trying to get a Jake Paul fight, but vehemently against it with Tank. No, I'm against it with Tank too. Please don't get it twisted. I'm against Jake Paul versus anybody that's a real legitimate boxer unless he's gonna be close to his weight in the cruiserweight. Ricky Burns, that was a big fight for Bud, especially, you know what I'm saying, at the time. I don't know if it was a big fight. I'm indifferent. I mean, I could see that, but it was definitely a big fight for him. I don't know if it's a big fight, but the other fights I named, those are big fights, in my opinion. For what boxing, David Morrell and David Benavidez was a big fight to me. It may not be a big fight to the masses. Was that not was David Morrell versus David Benavidez not a big fight? It wasn't a big fight to the masses, but it was a big fight. You see what I'm saying? So I think boxing in America is such a niche sport. Like, we can't, if we really watch boxing, we can't expect that everybody will like boxing. We cannot hold our how can I say, we cannot reserve our awards and our appreciation to people when the world or the rest of America acknowledges it or recognizes it or notices it. No, because they will never notice any boxers besides Canelo, Tank, and AJ. You see what I'm saying? Like, no, bro. Like, there's a lot of big fights that Terence Crawford had. Like, I would even say Jeff Horn was pretty big. Because you got to remember, when Terence Crawford beat Jeff Horn just beat the legendary Manny Pacquiao. I'm not saying that he really beat him. You know, that was a robbery in my opinion. But on record, Jeff Horn was just coming off a victory over Manny Pacquiao, the legend Manny Pacquiao, and Terence Crawford folded him up. That's a big fight. You just beat the guy that beat the legend? Come on, man. What are we talking about? That's just me, though. I don't know. Maybe I like boxing in a different way, and maybe I'm stuck in my own little, I don't know, isolation chamber. I don't know. Tyson Jordan Jackson action. You feel me? Tyson Jordan Jackson action. You feel me? Yeah, man. You know, Julius Ngago. Shout out to my brother Irony in the building. That's just my personal opinion, man. George and not AJ also. Man, speaking of George, Thomas, it's like George Campos. That's a big fight for Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? George Campos is a big fight for Devin Haney. Now, it's a little bit, you know, for some reason, even though there's more at stake with Devin Haney and George Campos, it seems like, you know, it don't matter. I ain't even gonna go through that, but that's a big fight. So we can't say, oh yeah, this is a big fight. It's not a big fight that's widely televised or widely viewed, so we don't recognize it as a big fight in boxing. No, we can't do that, because then none of the women will get credit. You know what I'm saying? Then like you know, what Clarissa Shields is doing is not big because people don't notice it. No, what she's doing is huge. It's just that it's our job to make people notice it, and ensure that they notice it, man. There's a lot of big stuff that happened in boxing that goes unnoticed. I mean, look at Oscar Collazo. He's at minimal weight. He's fighting some big fights. We're not going to notice because we don't pay attention to smaller weights, but he's unified. You feel me? Like, Naoya Inoue is undisputed in 2 weight classes. Little guys, but he's big. Chocolatito, what he did was big. The world doesn't. You ask the world who Chocolatito is, they're not gonna know you talking about Roman Gonzalez. They're not gonna know him. That don't mean he's not big in the boxing space. So we got to start looking out for what we think is big. And Terence Crawford, by that standard, Terence Crawford has quite a few big fights, man. Yeah, I have to disagree with that, Jen. I mean, I'm not knocking that stance, but for me, I have to vehemently disagree. Shout out to vehemently. I think someone used that earlier. I think it was George. Oh, and what George said too. I think Tank versus Jake Paul is the worst of the 3, but I think they're all bad. Canelo versus Jake Paul, I think that's also bad, but it makes more sense because they're closer in weight. AJ and Jake Paul make more sense than Canelo and Jake Paul because they're even closer in weight, but it's still a trash fight. Like I said, I come from the opinion and the standpoint and the perspective of that Anthony Joshua's best opponent would not be Jake Paul. I'd rather see him fight Tyson Fury, Moses Atama. I'd rather see Canelo fight Diego Pacheco, Ossie Iglesias, Christian and Billy, David Benavidez. I'd rather see Tank fight Lamont Roach, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Teofimo. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's a bad fight to me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I don't understand it. You feel me? I understand it. You make money talk. You're prize fighting. You want to get the bed. You want to get the bag. You want to get the bread. I'm not knocking it, but I could also, as a boxing fan that likes his boxing, I could also be honest and say I'm not interested in any Jake. I don't watch exhibitions. Floyd is my favorite fighter. I have not watched one of his exhibitions ever. I didn't watch him fight Logan Paul. I didn't watch him fight John Gotti's 15th grandson. A little fucking criminal. I don't watch that shit, bro. I don't watch exhibitions. I'm not gonna change it because I like Tank. I like Tank as a boxer. I don't like Tank because of the bag he's wearing or the clothes he wears or the car he drives or the bitch he's fucking. I don't like him because of that. Some people do. You know what I'm saying? Some people try to live vicariously through these fighters. You like somebody because of who they're dating or the food that they post on Instagram. I don't like Ryan Garcia. I don't like Ryan Garcia at all, so that was a bad example. But, you know, I don't like that racist cheater. But when I did like him, I didn't like him because he has a million Instagram followers. No, I liked him because he was boxing. That's it. I can't relate to anything else, man. A lot of these people, they don't really like these fighters. That's why they're so fickle, and that's why they drop them as soon as they lose. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't really like the sport. They just like a fighter, and they be obsessed. It's crazy. But anyway, Now I want to move on. Speaking of the next face of boxing, I want to talk about Floyd Mayweather and Terence Bud Crawford, bro. They're saying who is better, Floyd versus Bud versus Floyd, and a lot of people are saying that because they both have the commonality of beating Saul Canelo Alvarez. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care who somebody thinks is better. I will tell you, I think Floyd is better. I think Floyd beats Terence Bud Crawford, but that's not a knock, and that's why I don't like this conversation right now, because I feel like it's distracting us and forcing us to diminish one of the two, and neither one of them need to be diminished. To me, I kind of feel like, and y'all correct me if y'all feel like this, or let me know if y'all agree. I kind of feel like it's like we have to have one at a time, and what I mean by that is like, why when Terence Crawford does something great, why are we going back to Floyd? Who cares? Like at this point, who cares who beat Canelo better? I personally think that Floyd was more dominant in his victory because he barely got touched. But I think that Terence Crawford was more impressive because he beat a more accomplished Canelo. But I see like when people talk about it, say, oh, Floyd wasn't that good. All of a sudden Floyd's not that good, or Terence Crawford beat a washed Canelo or a washed Spence. Like people are just like diminishing them to prove their point and who they think is better. It's like, bro, can we only celebrate one American fighter at a time? Specifically a black American fighter? Can we only have one on top at a time? Is there some type of quota that's reached? Did we reach the threshold or the highest quantity that we can have? We have a limit of only one good black American fighter? Like, I don't get it, bro. Floyd's not even fighting anymore. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they both be, you know what's crazy? When I hear people talk about Usyk, I don't hear people continuously shit on Klitschko. They're both Ukrainian. No one, and they're both in the heavyweight division. I don't hear anybody say, oh, Usyk is so good, but man, that Vladimir Klitschko, man, he makes him look trash. I don't hear nobody say that. They're both Ukrainian and they're both heavyweight. Why do we have to, I don't know. It's just a testament to Americans. Like even Manny Pacquiao. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao, one of my favorite fighters, and shout out to Donito Donaire, two Filipino great fighters. I don't hear when I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember when Filipino Flash was doing good. People were saying, "Oh yeah, Manny Pacquiao's not good because Filipino Flash is good," or Pac-Man's so good, man. Donito Donaire's not doing nothing, man. I don't remember these conversations. Even Lennox Lewis and Tyson Fury. When Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder, he was on top. I remember people like comparing, like saying like, oh, who would be the best between him and Lennox Lewis, who would win? But I don't hear them shitting on Lennox Lewis. I don't remember that. Like maybe I'm wrong. I will say this though. When we go to Mexicans, I will say that I do see a lot of Canelo and Julio Cesar Chavez. But even when Julio Cesar Chavez and Canelo comparisons, I don't really remember people shitting on Julio Cesar Chavez to tell you how good Canelo was, or vice versa. Like, I do remember people saying like, oh, Canelo was ducky, that he don't fight as much people. I do remember that, but I don't remember people like shitting on either one. But I feel like every single time, like, it's just annoying, man. Like Bivol beat Canelo, right? And he didn't become the face of boxing. You see what I'm saying? After he did it, but we still appreciated the victory. Just appreciate the victory, bro. That's it. Just appreciate the victory with Terence Bud Crawford. I don't understand. Like, we don't have, and that's why I loved his response when they asked him, oh, who's better between him and Floyd? And shout out to Canelo. Canelo thought Floyd was better. But Terence Crawford just said, hey, man, he's the GOAT of his era. He's the best of his era. I'm the best in mine. That's it. Like, it's fun to have conversations, but a lot of the conversations I'm seeing aren't really trying to compare and contrast. They're trying to shit on one or the other. It's not about like, oh, they're both great and I think this one's greater, like a LeBron and MJ conversation. Oh, they're both great, but I think this one's greater, which is okay. It's about, oh, well, this one's great, this one's really great, the other one's a fraud. Neither one of them are fraud. You don't go 50-0 and be a fraud. You don't go through so many divisions to be a champion undefeated while doing it with so many Hall of Famers and champions on your resume and be a fraud. You don't be undisputed in 3 different weight classes now and be a fraud. Like, it's crazy, bro. I just don't get it. There's some of the shit that annoys me. We're going through some of the shit that annoys me. That's all. We as black folks have been conditioned to hate ours. Come on now. Come on. Hold on now. Everybody face forward in your pews. Pastor Rick Timms is approaching the pulpit. Hold on. He preaching right now. He said, we as black folks have been conditioned to hate ourselves.
Yeah.
And hate each other.
Yeah.
Revamping that genetic African memory bank is key.
Yeah.
Come on now. Now you preaching now. You preaching now. I'll book 100. I will say Bud is great in this era and that age cannot be questioned. Talk to him. Don't even feed into that shit. Canelo said that shit on purpose to chase the narrative of him and then they went crazy. No. Canelo didn't do that. I can't blame. Canelo was asked a question. Oh, sir, I cannot. That's one thing I cannot do. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all know Cinnamon is one of my favorite fighters. Takes one of my favorite fighters. So it seems like I'm defending them when I'm defending them because they're my favorite fighters. No, I'm speaking objectively. I cannot blame the interviewee for what the interviewer asked. Shame on the interviewer. He gave his honest opinion, and I told you I made a breakdown on why I think Canelo feels that way. I don't think he was just trying to throw shade at Floyd. I think he was literally and realistically and honestly, genuinely giving Terence Bud Crawford his proper respect. He didn't make no excuse. But guess what his excuse was? He literally had to, okay, whether there's truth in the excuse is up to you. But he did have something to say, which I agree with. I think Floyd beats any version of Canelo. But when Canelo fought Floyd, he was only 23. He wasn't as accomplished. He was more green. He wasn't as experienced. He didn't have the accolades. So I think that he believes himself that he's a better version of himself now. So when Terence Crawford beat this Canelo, who is the first ever undisputed super middleweight, who did have the significant weight advantage, who was experienced, who is the face of boxing, none of the things in which he had when he fought Floyd, I think he's saying, yeah, that guy was able to beat me. He's better. I don't think he was trying to create no fracas or create no controversy. I think shame on the person who asked him that bullshit. Floyd Mayweather's not even fighting. Why is that even on your, I'm not saying you can't ask that question, but I mean, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Two great fighters, two great American fighters, two great black American fighters. It makes sense that he's the one that's been in the ring with them. It makes sense, but I just think a lot of times, I think some of the questions are a little bit insensitive, man. Ask him how you felt about the fight and stuff like that. But I don't blame Canelo for saying, hey, man, I think Terence Crawford's better. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I heard this folks using Terence Crawford victory to throw shade and dirt on other people's favor. You feel me? You feel me, Thomas? You feel me? Like, why do we have to do that? It's like the LeBron MJ conversation. It trickles down to boxing and other sports. I agree, Irony. I agree 1,000%. I'm guessing there's going to be a rematch. Yeah, I don't think Canelo should take that rematch. But would he do it? I mean, if it's justified monetarily, do it. You know, I'll watch it. I think he'll perform better. But usually the better boxer is favored in the rematch, you know what I'm saying, as Andre Ward and Kovalev. Not all the time, but a lot of times. So I just think that Terence Crawford might win in even more dominant fashion. I thought this fight was pretty close. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I think that the next fight, I think he'll smoke him. Just like with Bivol and Beterbiev. I think Beterbiev is an underrated boxer, but I think Bivol is slightly better. And I think that we saw in the second fight, I thought the first fight, I personally thought Bivol won the first fight, but I wasn't mad at the result the Beterbiev won. It could have went either way. But you saw the second fight. I think if you think that Bivol didn't win the second fight, I think you're crazy, in my personal opinion. So what I'm saying is that I think the third fight is going to be even more in Bivol's favor because he's the better boxer. I think the rematches usually benefit the better boxer. Now, there's exceptions like Frazier Clark and Fabio Worthy, who aren't, neither one of them are great, but Frazier Clark was a better boxer and he got knocked out in the first round in the rematch. So there's exceptions. I'm not saying there's no exceptions, but I think the majority of the times it favors the better boxer. So I would go with Terence Crawford. I think he'll get the knockout this time. Ooh, now you see where it went. See people feeding on it. I mean, that's we all gonna talk, but I can't blame Canelo for that. I mean, what do you want him to say? No comment? He can't say no comment. He's on the pedestal. He's on the podium. I mean, no one really talks about Klitschko anymore. I mean, he's supposed to make a comeback, you know. Shout out to Klitschko. He's still one of my favorite heavyweights. But well, my point is that, yeah, like people just, I don't remember them doing this. Like, bro, they could both be great. There's no quota on greatness. You know what I'm saying? If they both great, they're both freaking great. You feel me? But the GOTE, I like that. Greatest of today's era. Yeah, I saw Oscar was the first person I see put that. I like that. I'm guessing, yeah, I think there will be a rematch. But now I want to switch gears, man. And now I want to tell y'all, I'm going to talk about something that I consider a little bit more on a serious note. Now, I'm going to need y'all. Where my brother Ty at, man? I'm going to need y'all to give me a second on this one and hear me out, because I know some people don't like political talk in sports, but this is my channel. I'm gonna talk about what I want, and if I'm not real, then I don't think a lot of y'all would like me. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of y'all rock with me because I keep it real, and that's what I do. Don't forget to smack that like button. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna do that. So I want to show y'all this. This was sent to me on Twitter. Shout out to my brother Ty. Ty sent this to me. I want to show y'all this. And this is I'm gonna tie it all in. But yeah, I think this is a humanity thing, not a politic thing, not a sports thing. I think it's a humanity thing. But I want y'all to see this. I think this is it's funny though. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, my bad.
Good in person.
Thank you. I
real.
appreciate that.
Hey, what you waste that? I love you. What a guy. I'm sorry. My bad, y'all.
For those of you who don't know, this is Adrian Broner on the podcast. It is what it is. With Cameron Mason, Stat, baby.
My bad.
Arabia, is that a real background?
Hey, Stat, could you stop
Yes.
Can you stop smiling? You.
Arabia is.
Nah, yo, bro, on some G, yo, bro, on some G shit, we gotta. My boyfriend here, yo.
Oh shit.
I told you that.
My bad.
Nah, like it's all like. Okay, we can move on to football then.
Stat? Oh my God.
Yo, Stat, let's do the football. I guess that answered the question about Floyd. When I see you taking off some time,
I'm mesmerized by Stat.
This nigga here, bro.
I did not know you looked that good in person. My bad, bro. You amazing.
All right, hey, we gonna have to ask you to go, my nigga. I mean, I have to ask you to go, man. I'm gonna pay you for your time, for being here. I appreciate you. But I love you, my nigga.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, no. I can't. I asked you the first time. I don't have no problems with you. But I'm gonna pay you for your time. But you can't violate, bro. I told you that.
I'm not, though. I'm not.
Nah, I told you niggas boyfriends in here. You know when my brother
shit,
know
my
that.
bad, bro. My bad.
Nah. But I appreciate your time.
Hey.
It's me.
He said it's me.
If you want to wait for us outside, you could. But I'm not going to sit in and
wait for us outside, chat. Hey, yo. Give him his money.
You want to wait for me, you could, but I appreciate it, bro.
And then proceeds to escort him out. Rick Tim says, I don't know, Doc. Canelo was 23 when he faced Floyd. He was already an 8-year pro. Yep. Had 43 fights. Yep. 0 losses. Yep. And a world champ. Yep. He's not too greedy. Floyd was no. So I think you didn't understand what I was saying. I said that was an excuse that he could make. That's what he felt. He felt like he was too young being 23 years old. I didn't take away any credit from Floyd. That's not me. I'm saying that's how he felt. And so I understand. I think that he's saying that Terence Crawford is better because he feels this time he has no excuses and he has nothing to kind of fall back on and say, oh, I'm too young, I'm too inexperienced. He might have had all that stuff, but that was his first time on the big stage as well. You can admit that, right? So I'm not saying that I'm not saying this is a justifiable excuse. I'm just saying that's how he could feel. And I don't think that I think there's truth to that excuse. Let's keep this going though.
Yeah, no problem.
So he walks up. Okay, so look. So and shout out to Irony. Shout out to Irony. He said AB got to get his shit together for real. I agree. And this person right here, Brunch Boxer, shout out to, I like their platform on Twitter. I don't know if they have other platforms, but yeah. Shout out to you, Rick. I'm glad you let me elaborate. Yeah, I don't take away. Yeah, Floyd is that dude. To me, he's the greatest of all time. You know, and no disrespect to Muhammad Ali and everybody else. Me is Floyd. You know, so I don't take any credit for him. But I'm just saying I understand him. As he felt like that. But heartbreaking. This guy said heartbreaking, right? Irony said AB got to get his shit together for real. Anubis said he fell off so hard. And this guy put heartbreaking. And now we about to talk, chat. Shout out to Brunch Boxer. I'm not saying that you can't feel how you feel, right? I'm gonna tie all of this together. Y'all got to give me at least 5 minutes to tie it all together, right? With some current events. So he said it's heartbreaking, right? That's cool. That's how you feel. You know, people said he got to get his shit together, right? That's how you feel, right? Shout out to Ramon. Ramon just said there was 2 lynchings in Mississippi, which is true. And that's exactly where I'm about to go. So I'm about to get very serious right now, right? And it's not political. It's an issue of humanity, right? I'm gonna be honest right out the gate. I don't give a damn about AB. I think it's funny, and I'm not really one that likes Cameron because I thought he was goofy when he brought up Teofimo and he was laughing with him when he was saying all those racial slurs. I thought that was corny, so I don't really watch that show anymore. So shout out to Ty. If he wouldn't have sent me this, I wouldn't have saw it. So shout out to him. So and I'm not knocking anybody who does rock with that show. You know, it's a good show, but I just don't rock with it. I set my rules, I set my boundaries, and it works for me. So AB, I remember what AB used to do. You know what I'm saying? I remember, like, we have this life that we live, chat. This life is a test. And even if you're not spiritual, right? Our body of work and what we do, our actions, is what determines how we're remembered and who we are. If we are good or bad, if we are righteous or villainous, or if we are left or right, our actions determine that, right? So I remember what AB used to do, from throwing money in the air in Walmart and disrespecting the clerk, or flushing down dollar bills down the toilet, or even tricking people out their money. I remember that stuff, and talking shit to people that don't really deserve it. Like, his stuff that's funny, I don't get me wrong, I think it's funny, but I think it's juvenile, and I think that all of his most of the times that he made me laugh, it came at the expense of somebody else. You see what I'm saying? So I remember that when I see this. So yeah, of course he could go to AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, get a social circle and get his life together. That's cool. I wish the best for everybody, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to feel bad because AB's a drunk or alcoholic or whatever. Sometimes what you do lays the groundwork for what you will become. No matter how high you are, you're supposed to treat people with fucking respect and dignity. Just because you think that they're lower than you, you don't shit on them. You see what I'm saying? You go to the bathroom and shit. You don't shit on somebody because you think they're beneath you and you go shit on them. You still have the decency to move, even when you're pissing. So I want to bring this back. All this recently, there was this guy named, I don't know if y'all know him. His name is Charlie Kirk. He passed away. I have no problem. Y'all been on my platform. I say rest in peace to everybody because it's not up to me for the judgment, right? That's up to God and whatever they believe in. How you're going to rest is ultimately up to you. You're dead now. I just say rest in peace because I don't wish bad on anybody. But your groundwork is what makes who you are and how you're remembered. So just because you died, I don't care if you got eaten by a pride of lions. I don't care if you're in the water and you got sworn by a bunch of sharks. I don't care if you fell off the Empire State Building. I don't care if you got shot in your head. That is how your life ended. That is not how your life was lived. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to forget how you lived your life and how you treated people, right? So let me give you an example. Like Charlie Kirk said something about DEI, and he said DEI is only based on color, right? So diversity and inclusion, right? So he's saying that diversity, equity, and equality and inclusion is based off your skin color. He's right? It's also based on your skin color, but it's also based on your religion. It's also based on your sexual orientation. It's also based on your gender. And he said that if he saw a black pilot, that he would wonder if it was a DEI hire, meaning that they didn't deserve it, they just got it as a gift. This is what he said, right? But you know who's the biggest beneficiaries of DEI hires? It'll be white women. They're not black, they're not brown, they're white, but they're women because women also counts as a DEI hire. And you can look at it statistically, DEI hires are most beneficial to white women. This is just a fact. I'm not saying anything that's not factual, chat. I'm going to say everything that's factual, and how you want to feel about it is up to you. That's your opinion. But everything I'm going to say now, you can look this up. He actually said that, right? He also said that MLK, Martin Luther King, was a bad guy. He also said the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. This is what he said. I'm not making this up. You can believe what you want, but you could also go look it up if you want to know the truth. This is what Charlie Kirk said, right? He also said that George Floyd was a scumbag. I don't know if he's a scumbag. I don't know. You know, all I know is that he was a victim of police brutality. Whether you believe it or not, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you think it was right or not, it's up to you. But I know that I didn't even watch the tape. I don't watch the tape of anybody dying, so I never seen Charlie Kirk's passing. I never seen George Floyd. It just makes me sick to my stomach. I don't watch like sexual violations and stuff like that. Even in movies, I cut it off. But that's just me though. But he said that George Floyd was a scumbag. He also said that women that are sexually violated should be forced to have the baby. I remember this young lady asked him, he said, oh, what if it's your daughter? And he kept repeating the question, saying that the question was wrong and it's disgusting. But then he realized he was put in a corner. And because he's so egotistical, he said that he would force his 10-year-old daughter, if she was sexually violated, to deliver the baby. Whether you were saying that just to shut the lady up or he meant it, it's up to you. But most importantly, what he also said, in light of all the mass shootings and all the victims of gun violence, he said that this is him. Now you can look this up. He said that he believes it's a justifiable sacrifice for people to die due to gun violence in order for us to keep our Second Amendment rights. So in order for us to keep our guns, he's okay with a few people dying. That means that if you died by a gun like he died, he would say it's okay as long as we get to keep our guns. So basically, Charlie Kirk said about himself that it's okay that he died by gun violence as long as people get to keep our guns. So you can't make this stuff up. So I will always say rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, but I'm not going to feel bad. Those are two different things. I would never celebrate somebody's death. I would never celebrate somebody's downfall. I would never celebrate somebody's unfortunate situation. But I also am not compelled to feel bad for them either, because this is what you preached. So now we'll go back to Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner is in a freaked up position getting kicked off a podcast by goofballs like Cameron. If Cameron kicks you off his podcast, you know you fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. So I don't feel bad for Adrian Broner because I remember how he used to treat people. Same with Charlie Kirk. I don't feel bad. Rest in peace to him. And shout out to his family. My condolences. You don't want to see nobody die. But I'm not gonna forget how he lived. I'm not gonna forget how Adrian Broner. They're both assholes. So if you get treated like an asshole now, that's up to you, bro. That's what you asked for. That's all I want to say. So that's it right there. So AB, no, I don't feel bad about AB. I laughed about it and he got kicked off the show because he was acting like a dickhead. So you know what I'm saying? So when you act like a dickhead, you get treated like a dickhead. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem saying rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. I don't have no problem saying rest in peace to Muhammad Ali. I only know Muhammad Ali as a boxer. I don't know if he was a good father, a good person, a good friend. I don't know if he was a liar, a cheater, a good, you know what I'm saying? A good role model. All I know is what I've seen on TV. You see what I'm saying? And what I see of Adrian Broner, I've seen he was an asshole. I see I also saw he was a good boxer, but I saw he was an asshole. When I saw Charlie Kirk on TV, I saw that he was continuously being a proponent for division and not unity. I saw him shit on people that are victims of police brutality and victims of gun violence, but then the same people are telling me to feel bad because he was a victim of gun violence. He supported guns and said that he thinks it's okay that people be sacrificed. It's a justifiable sacrifice if people have to die for us to keep our Second Amendment rights. So that means, hey, there's a saying. I didn't make the saying up. It's live by the gun, die by the gun. Okay, then. So it is what it is. So I could say rest in peace to all these people. I don't have the final say on their life. That's between them and God. Like people think when you say rest in peace, that means you are being, maybe that's for you, but for me, I could just say rest in peace objectively. I don't wish any bad on anybody because I know that their body of work is going to determine whether they are peacefully resting or they're resting in eternal turmoil. It has nothing to do with me. So if he's an eternal sleep and slumber, or he's an eternal bliss, or he's an eternal turmoil, it's up to him and God now. So I could only tell you what it is. So I don't care how horrific your death is. I don't care how bad the play ended, the show ended. I still remember what was going on from the beginning to the middle part. I don't forget. That's all I'm saying. So fuck AB, and that's how he gets treated. I wish him the best if he wants to go to social circle, but I don't feel bad. It's heartbreaking. Why is it heartbreaking? He's been making an ass out of himself. So it's not heartbreaking to me. So it is what it is. He supported his own agenda so he can keep guns because he helped his own agenda. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Hey, Doc, the problem with that is that they brought AB on hoping for a viral moment or some viral content. They got what they bargained for. They could tell he was thrown. I agree with that, Thomas. And I will say this, though. My rebuttal to that would be, Thomas, you could say that Cameron was like they set him up. I'm sorry. I have to disagree with that because you have to know who how could I say this? And that's why I said I don't rock with it. I don't rock with that show. I don't like that show, right? Because I think that they would do stuff for viral moments, like with the Teofimo stuff. Like, how can you laugh at him for disrespecting anybody, for being racist towards anybody, especially of your own, and you laugh with him about it? I think that was corny. That was the last time I watched the show, so I already don't think of them as stand-up individuals anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's number one. So them trying to set somebody up like Adrian Broner to kind of take advantage of a situation, that I don't put that past them. However, they could only set you up to make a drunk viral moment if you're a fucking drunk alcoholic. If you weren't drinking, then they wouldn't be able to take advantage of you like that. So no, he's not a victim, bro. I'm sorry. Like, could Cameron and them be a scumbag? They could be scumbags, but he's also a scumbag. You see what I'm saying? That you don't think that I love life? You don't think that people that don't do drugs know that drugs are probably fun and stuff like that, and alcohol is probably fun, but we make a conscious effort to do better. You see what I'm saying? So no, I don't feel bad, bro. And I will say this too. Cameron paid him, so that's why I think that he was in the right, because even though he kicked him off the show, he still paid him, right? And I think that's why he paid him. He paid him so he doesn't have to feel bad about using this viral moment. Because I agree with you. If I'm not mistaken, I think that show, I don't know if it still is, but it was pre-recorded, right? It used to be pre-recorded and they set it off for 8. So they could have taken it out if they wanted to. If that was my homeboy, I would have removed it. But how could I feel bad when I know Adrian Broner just got in trouble for freaking robbing people in dice games with trick dice? That's not a stand-up person. So you get what you pay for, bro. Like this is life. I'm not saying I feel bad for people, but when it's appropriate, when it's applicable. I'm sorry. Like when you sometimes, hey, karma's a bitch, bro. What goes around comes around, man. You know, but I don't wish bad on anybody, but I'm not obligated to feel bad because bad falls on people that usually do bad shit. It is what it is. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that, damn, it doesn't hurt my heart when I see. No, I am saying it doesn't hurt my heart. I'm not saying that I'm happy that Adrian Broder's acted like an asshole, but every time I see Adrian Broder since the time he got on, he was an asshole. So you could blame it on the alcohol. I mean, was he always drunk? I don't know. I know he was always an asshole. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. So yeah. So but I agree with you, Thomas. Yeah, maybe Cameron and Mace, maybe there's some assholes too by using that man. But I don't feel bad. It doesn't break my heart. I'm sorry. It doesn't break my heart because he was a good boxer. He's still that asshole. You are a person before you are an occupation. I'm an engineer with my PhD. I am a person first. You see what I'm saying? So whether I'm a good person or a bad person, my actions will tell that. You see what I'm saying? Being an engineer was just my occupation. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't what you do as a job or for a way of living that doesn't trump who you are as a person. So same with Charlie Kirk. I don't care if he was a liberal activist or a conservative activist. He's a person first, and as a person, he was shitty. Because I've seen a lot of this stuff. Because I pay attention to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that I don't. Of course, I don't want anybody to be a victim of gun violence. But but it's not just like a lot of people are saying, oh, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, because he was a victim of gun violence. Breonna Taylor was a victim of gun violence. Where's the rest in peace for her? She wasn't doing anything. Last time I checked, she was just sleeping in her fucking bed in her house. And they raided her house and shot her to death. She was a victim of gun violence for the police. Where's her rest in peace? What about all the school shootings, all the victims of the school shootings that were just going to school trying to learn arithmetic and learn English and learn history and learn social studies, and they got shot while going to school? Where's the rest in peace for them? Where's flying the flags at half-mast for them? They were victims of gun violence. Same guns that he was okay with. He literally told you that if people get killed by guns, he thinks that it's a justifiable sacrifice in order for us to keep our guns. But you're telling me that I should feel bad for a guy who didn't feel bad for other victims of gun violence. No, I don't feel bad. It's unfortunate that happened, but guess what? I'm carrying on with my fucking day. Because I didn't give a fuck when he was alive. I don't give a fuck that he's dead. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. But that's between you and God now. So it is what it is, man. So same with Adrian Broner. I see people have no problem. People have no problem saying, "Oh, Adrian Broner's a dumbass and this person's wrong." But then when it comes to people that agree with your views, all of a sudden, you're a little bit more sentimental. You're a little bit more caring. So many people die from gun violence, man. I'm pretty sure, Thomas, and unfortunately, I know people that die from gun violence. I didn't see the flags going to half-mast like he's a freaking Purple Heart war hero. He wasn't a Purple Heart war veteran or sergeant or somebody that was a philanthropist or somebody that tried to make the world better. No, he tried to shit on people that he did not like for whatever reason. Same with Adrian Broner. He tried to shit on people for people he did not like for whatever reason. So I will see that clip and I will laugh at it. I'm not heartbroken by it. It sucks that's how you chose to live your life. But yeah. But anyway, let's keep it going, man. He said Charlie Kirk was a college dropout. That don't mean that you're a bad person. Like I said, I'm not here to judge, bro. I'm just telling you what I didn't judge him at all. Whether you like him or not, it's up to you. I don't really care about that. I just told you things that he said, and I just told you that things that he said to demonstrate the way that he thought and the way that he lived, and it's up to you whether you think it's I could objectively say rest in peace because I think that anybody dying to gun violence is wrong. So if you're gonna say rest in peace to him because he died of gun violence, you should say yeah, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk and rest in peace to everybody that were victims of gun violence, not just specifically him, because it happens to a lot of people that go. They just go unseen. They go unnoticed. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, he said, Doc, what about George Floyd has been sober for 5 years every May 25th, yet they want to whine about folks having less loving. Come on now, Rick. Like I said, I'm not here to judge anybody. If you are celebrating, if you're a celebratory of his life coming into an end, that's on you. Me, I don't celebrate things like that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Once again, I just listed out the things that he said, and I'm just listening out people's reaction and the hypocrisy in it. They don't care about when certain people are victims of gun violence, but when the people that are advocates for guns died, you want to feel different. No, you should be consistent. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy in these people. That's all. I'm not here to, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Rick. I please don't get it don't get it confused. Like, I'm not saying I agree with what you just said, but I'm not saying that anybody should feel bad for being sympathetic or unsympathetic. What I'm saying is you should be firm. You should be educated on what these people stand for and the hypocrisy that people are advocating, that are actually masquerading like they feel bad that there was a death due to gun violence because it's Charlie Kirk. That's not the truth. Because if you felt bad about gun violence, then you would be sympathetic towards everybody that passed away that was a victim of gun violence and not just specifically Charlie Kirk. That means that when you say rest in peace to Charlie Kirk specifically and not all the other gun victims, whether they were young kids in schools or people in the hood or people at war or people in politics, whatever, if you weren't saying rest in peace to them too so emphatically, then that means that you're not saying rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. You're saying rest in peace to his message because you agreed with what he stood for, and that's okay. But I just need people to pay attention and treat people how they are actually presenting themselves. That's all I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. There's people that like to masquerade their messages and their actions and try to act like they're invisible. People don't see what they're really doing. So anybody that comes out that didn't say rest in peace to all the gun victims, and you're saying it to one specific person, there's a reason why you're saying it to one specific person. It's probably because you agree with the ideology of that one specific person. Let's just keep it real. You know, and same with Adrian Broner. Like, if you feel bad that Adrian Broner's out there alcoholic, I mean, there's a lot of people that are alcoholics. At least he got paid. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I don't. That's life is a test, man. That's whatever you want to believe in is up to you. But life is a test, man. We get judged by our actions and how we treat others and how we treat ourselves, and that's how life is a test, man. So you just because you die, I don't care how peaceful the death was or how horrific the death was. You don't get judged by how you die. You get judged by how you lived. Okay. I don't give a fuck if you got eaten by a bunch of piranhas. You get judged by how you lived, not how you die. You can have the most peaceful death, the most horrific death. You get judged by how you lived, not by how you die. It don't fucking matter. Most, if not all, these programs that were stated to be for something else, why that benefited white women? Shout out to George's that patient dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
These biscuits.
Shout out to George. Yeah, and hey man, shout out to my white babies. You know what I'm saying? I love my white women. You know, I love all women. You feel me? I love my black women, white women, my Hispanic women, my brown women. I love all my women. You know what I'm talking about? Of course, you know I got a special place for my, you know, I'm talking about my sisters and my queens. But I love all women, man. And I love all people. I genuinely do. I just wish, like George said, you know, I think that we should know what these things mean. Like when you go out there and say mistruthings and you say lies and you make erroneous statements at a mass scale, that's dangerous. What they call it, we would call it fake news, right? When you say fake news and you make it seem like it's the truth, it's just not. What George Last Patience said is absolutely right. The majority of these programs and subsidies and all these incentive programs and government incentives, they usually benefit our white sisters, you know, and that's okay. But let's don't do that and then make it seem like other people are the only beneficiaries of it, and without it, then we're unqualified. No, that's not how it goes, man. All that is a bunch of fake news.
If you out here getting fake vagina over your fake jury, reality is reality.
And that's why shout out to Rick Sims. Rick Tim says, the hypocrisy of racism, white supremacy stinks. Yes, badly. And the reason why you said the hypocrisy of racism, you know why? Because all of it is shrouded in ignorance. Ignorance is hypocritical. Ignorance is idiotic. Ignorance is moronic. Ignorance is practiced by idiots. You know what I'm saying? It's an example of idiocy. So it's not supposed to make sense. And when you really just look at it, it's so easy. Like, so shout out to AB and shout out to everybody else. As you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. But I'm not obligated. You're not going to make me feel bad for not feeling bad when people seemingly get what they deserve. Like these, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm not saying that that's life, man. You know what I'm saying? You determine, you know, bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people. But usually in life, at least what I believe in, the universe will correct itself. And if you're a good person, then a lot of good things will happen to you. More good things than bad things happen to you. And if you're a bad person, it may seem like more good things happen, but eventually that bad shit will catch up. And you know, you might crash out. Shout out to is that LS3? Shout out to you, bro. Our people went through fake news through word of mouth, newspaper, radio, TV. Right. That's all I'm saying. In today's information age, ignorance is a truth. Come on now. Hey, my brother Rick Tim's in here preaching today. In the today's information age, ignorance is a choice. Yeah. Facts. And but also too though with this though, and let's go back to boxing, right? This is a boxing show. Let's go back to boxing. That's why I talk about what I said with Terence Crawford. You see how I bring it all together, baby? Just like with Terence Crawford, you know. And shout out to, I'm not disrespecting anybody who feels this way, but like when people say Terence Crawford is not good, I don't engage. There's no way that you could be a pugilist enthusiast, somebody that considers yourself a boxing purist and actually know boxing, and tell me that dead in my face that Terence Crawford is not good. I'm going to be honest. I don't think you could say that Tank is not good. I don't think you could say Shakur's not good. I don't think you could say Canelo's not good. I don't think that you could say Shakur's, did I say Shakur twice? I don't think you could say David Benavidez is not good. Like there's fighters that you could like more. Duh, we're human. We all have our preferences. I have my preferences. I have Canelo, but I have no problem telling you that I wish Canelo would have fought David Benavidez. Because I expect my favorite fighters to hold up to a certain standard because that's why they became my favorite. I don't like them because I want to coddle them. I don't like them because I want to hold hands and gallivant through the woods. I like them because they are performing whatever art form they're doing with the sweet science at the highest level. That's why when William Skull and Canelo fought, I wasn't just mad at William Skull. Ask anybody in here. I said Canelo put on a shitty performance too, because I seen Canelo cut off the ring. He just didn't do it because he was so, if you want to say he was complacent, if you want to say he was content with who he is and coasting, and maybe that's what got him into trouble against Terence Crawford, because he's so he's so accustomed to being a veteran he is and feeling like he knows when he has a fight in the bag. So I feel like he knew that they wouldn't take the William Skull fight from him like that. So that's why he was okay with doing the bare minimum. I hold my, you know, and same with Tank. I like Tank. I think that him versus Jake Paul is trash. I think that Tank needs to fight Lamont Roach. In fact, I've also said that if Tank doesn't fight Lamont Roach, which he's not, I said that he's ducking him. So yeah, so bro, I'm very objective. I'm not saying that I'm the most objective. I'm not saying that I will say anything that's completely true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I try to, but when I say completely true, that doesn't mean that my truth is the same as your truth. There's opinions in there, but we should not forget that there's our opinions and there are facts too. Everybody's entitled to your opinion, but everybody's not entitled to be correct. Bitch, everything is like, you know, some people are so opinionated that they think everything is opinion. That just shows a lack of intelligence. There's some things that are actually and factually correct, and some things that are actually and factually wrong. You see what I'm saying? We could argue who's better, Terence Crawford and Floyd. That's an opinion. It's a fact that Terence Crawford is good. It's a fact that Canelo is good. It's a fact that Floyd Mayweather is good. It's a fact that Manny Pacquiao is good. That's not debatable. It's only debatable for you if you're so emotionally driven that you can't even recognize something that's right in front of your face. There's no way that you could become undisputed and not be good. You could be undisputed and not be the best. You could be undisputed and not be the greatest of all time, but you cannot be undisputed and not be good. If you think that that is possible, then that means that you don't really know shit about boxing, like they say. Yeah, as much as me and Oster disagree, as much as me and Ty disagree, you never hear me say that they don't, or as much as me and Oscar disagree, or Kendrick, I never say you don't know shit about boxing, because I recognize that they do. We just have a different perspective, and that's okay. But if you're telling me that Terence Crawford is not good because he only beat a washed Errol Spence and he only beat a handicapped Canelo Alvarez, then I think that you don't know shit about boxing, and I will stand on that. Shout out to yeah, the Discord's open. Yes, sir. You can call it. Shout out to Run Around with George Jakovic, man. Shout out to my guy right there, man, George Jakovic. This is him right here. He's the first and only person we interviewed on the show. You know what I'm saying? Brought him on the show, man. Shout out to him, man. That's why his face is right here, man. Y'all check him out. Dope channel, dope person, man. He was on HBO production of Boxing 24/7 shit that I like, you know what I'm saying, with the Miguel Cotto episode and some other ones. He was also formerly on Pro Box, man. Shout out to George Jakovic, man. Great boxing mind, great boxing aficionado, and most importantly a dope person, man. Shout out to George. One time for George, man. That's my guy. He said, what's good, my brother? He said, in today's information age, unfortunately, ignorance is prevalent. Hey, hold on now. I feel like he about to preach, chat. Everybody face forward in your pews. Pastor George Jakovic is approaching the pulpit. Hold on, he about to preach. Hold on, I feel it. I feel it in my bones. He said, in today's information age, unfortunately, ignorance is still prevalent.
Yeah.
Too many folks base an opinion on a 15-second short.
Yeah.
Instead of doing their due diligence.
Yeah.
Digging a little deeper.
Yeah.
P.S. Bud dominated.
Yeah.
Come on now. I told you I felt it, bro. I was shaking like booty meat. I knew it. Pause. We're going to pause that. I won't shake it like booty meat, but I'll shake it though.
No, did it?
Yeah, we're gonna pause that. But yeah, I knew he was about to preach though. But yeah, and that's, I agree. If ignorance is a choice, but unfortunately too, we have TikTok, we have YouTube short, and I'm included in this too, right? If I don't do my due diligence, if I'm not meticulous, if I'm not trying my best to, I can't eradicate erroneous. I can't eradicate errors, but I could try my best to not be erroneous when I could afford it, and if I can help it, I do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the doctorate in me having a PhD or being a research scientist. I really like to do research. I do corny shit, like nerdy shit, like read the WBO rule book. You can ask anybody. I read the WBO rule books. Ask Ty. I read the IBF rule books. Ask anybody. I read WBA, WBO. Bro, I read a lot of articles. I do a lot of research. I see why this happens, why this doesn't happen. I know about the orders of mandatories. I know when somebody's ranked this, ranked here, ranked now. I don't know everything, but that's why it's very hard to knock me off my stance or my pivot when I'm solid in something, because I feel passionate about it, because I've done the research. You see what I'm saying? But like George says, anybody can have a podcast. Well, he didn't say this, but he's saying that the 15-second shorts, people make assumptions off a 50-second clip. And not only that, people who have an opinion, they could broadcast their opinion and they could be wrong as hell, and they could know they'd be wrong and know that they're misleading and still get attention, and somebody's going to believe them, not because they think that they're telling the truth necessarily, but because they agree. People don't look for the truth. They look for somebody that's regurgitating shit that they already believe is true. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about Terence Crawford being actually failing a test to be on drugs or be on PEDs, but it's the fact that you already don't like Snack, you already don't like Devin Haney, you already don't like Victor Conte, and you already don't like Bud, and now you could group them together and say that somebody who never tested positive is somehow more dirty than somebody in Canelo who has tested positive. And this is coming from a Canelo fan. I don't think Canelo's a dirty fighter, but Eddie Reynoso sure has a lot of suspicion because a lot of fighters that are affiliated with this no boxing, no life brand have popped the fuck dirty. I mean, it is what it is. From Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia wasn't trained by Eddie Reynoso, but he's affiliated with the no boxing, no life brand. He popped dirty with Osterine. Francisco Rodriguez popped dirty against Galal Yafai. Julio Cesar Martinez popped dirty. Andrew Ruiz had some dirty issues with his wife and all that other stuff that she exposed or whatever. You also have Louis Neary, also affiliated with the brand. Jaime Munguia, he was exonerated, but he's also affiliated with the brand. It is what it is, bro. So if anybody's suspicious, it should be Cinnamon. Do I think that Cinnamon was dirty? No, but he did pop dirty for Combuterol back when he was about to fight Triple G. This is just facts. So how can you try to convince me that somehow Terence Crawford, who never popped dirty, is more dirty because your bullshit ass suspicion? I'm not saying that Snack fighters aren't suspicious. Victor Conte is very suspicious, but let's call it what it is. Either you believe in the test or you don't. It's so funny when he tests clean, people will say, oh, it's because Victor Conte is manipulating it. But then if he tests dirty, you're going to take the dirty test as a fact though, right? So basically you put him in an impossible situation, because if he takes a test and he comes out clean, you're going to say, oh, it's just because they're manipulating the test and he's not really clean. But if he takes the test and he pops dirty, you're going to say, oh, I told you he was dirty the whole time. So it's either you believe the test or you don't. I personally don't indulge in the conspiracy theories. If you test dirty, bitch, you're dirty. If you test positive, you're positive. If you test negative, you're clean. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really concern myself. So when Alicia Bumgarner and when Canelo, when they took it to court and it was determined by the powers that be that they did it unintentionally, that was enough for me. I still like Alicia Bumgarner. I still like Canelo. But, you know, I'm not going to ignore the fact that they tested positive, but I do think that that means something. That's for me, because I don't believe the conspiracy. If you want to believe that Canelo used his money and cartel money to pay over the judges, that's on you, bro. I don't care about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that Terence Crawford's never popped dirty, so he's a clean fighter to me. 2 cents in the building. I don't get into that conspiracy shit. The timing of Jaime's bust and Canelo's bust is funny. Both hit on the eve of a... Come on out, booger. Come on out, booger. And I have no problem saying that. And I like Canelo, you know, but I don't bend and manipulate the facts for nobody. That's not what I'm into. I really like the sport. I really like boxing. Floyd's my favorite fighter. He ain't fighting in a long time. I'm still watching boxing. When Canelo's done fighting, I'm still going to be watching boxing. Gervonta's done fighting. I'm still going to be watching boxing. Clarissa Shields done fighting. Terence Crawford done fighting. I'm still going to be watching boxing. Caleb Plant's done fighting. All these, Junto Nakatani's done fighting. I'm still going to be watching boxing. I like boxing. Is what it is. He said, I appreciate you, bro. He said, your show, your opinion, man, God bless you, man. I appreciate you. Your show, your opinions, the fact that you articulate and respectfully disagree with those who don't. My brother, I appreciate that, man. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy. I appreciate you, man. We read the WBA rules together and we're still confused. Come on now. but that's the thing. They put clauses in there, like, you know, like, especially WBC has the most exceptions, but they'll be like, oh yeah, this is this, unless the committee sees fit to change it. You know what I'm saying? So they do say, I mean, they do put it in there that they could change it as they see fit, but they do have a general protocol that they follow. You know what I'm saying? So when people say things like, oh, Doc, you're wrong when you say Inoue was ducking MJ. I didn't say Inoue would lose to MJ. I didn't say Inoue was scared of MJ. Boxing is a business. You don't just duck because you're scared. That's not the only reason to not fight. So when you say ducking, why do we say ducking, chat? We use ducking metaphorically, right? When you say somebody's ducking, that means that they're like ducking. Like, and when you duck under something, you duck something to dodge it, to avoid it, to evade it, right? So when you evade something, it's not just doesn't mean that you're scared. It could be that you don't want to be bothered. It could mean that you have a more lucrative opportunity elsewhere. It could be that it's bad for business. It could be that it not make sense. It could be that a platform is blocking it. If you read the rule books, like with the WBO specifically, they literally have clauses in there that say that they will only consider some fighters as eligible for title defenses if they are allowed to fight on their own broadcast of the champion, of the same broadcast of the champion. Am I lying? If anybody read the rule books, you would see that. So sometimes when you wonder why this fighter's not fighting this fighter, it's not because the fighter is scared. It's because sometimes they literally cannot fight on the same platform that the champion is contractually obligated to fight under. Boxing is a business, bro. So no, I didn't say that Naoya Inoue didn't fight MJ Akhmadaliev because he was scared. But he didn't fight Akhmadaliev when he should have. Akhmadaliev should have been fought 2 years ago. He's 2 years overdue. These are facts. His manager, Vadim Kornilov, literally filed a motion via the powers that be through the WBA, and he was ready to order a lawsuit if Inoue didn't fight him next. Why do you think he was able to go forward with the lawsuit? Because he was ordered by the WBA and President Gilberto Mendoza to fight MJ Akhmadaliev a long time ago, since back when he fought Louis Neary. So you can say, oh, Doc, I told you that Inoue wasn't ducking Akhmadaliev because he beat him. Bitch, I said that Inoue would beat Akhmadaliev. I thought he would beat him. But I also recognize that he fought Ramon Cardenas when he should have fought MJ. He fought Yi Ju Kim when he should have fought MJ. He fought TJ when he should have fought MJ. These are just facts. You can be mad all you want. I mean, there's documentation to prove it. I showed the documentation plethora of times. You feel what I'm saying? You can be mad at me if you want. I mean, just because in a way you're, I don't know, whatever you see him as your little baby. I don't know. You see him as infallible. No, they did not fight MJ Akhmadaliev in a timely fashion. Same with Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis should be fighting Lamont Roach right now. I think he's ducking him. That doesn't mean that I think if Tank and Roach fought, I have Tank knocking him out in the rematch. I'm not saying that Tank is scared of him. I just think that there's a more lucrative deal in Jake Paul that he's fighting. But I have no problem saying that he was ducking him. It is what it is. And the only reason why I give you pushback for Canelo, when people say Canelo ducked Benavidez, I say, hold on. The only reason why I say hold on is because he was never ordered officially. Now, you can say that Mendoza didn't officially order WBA to fight Tank and Roach, but he did say that he was pursuing a rematch immediately out of his own mouth. Now with the WBC, the reason why I give Canelo, I ain't gonna say a pass, you know, because Canelo is the face of boxing. So that means he could fight and not fight whoever he wants, right? So if he doesn't fight you, it's because it's his choice. You see what I'm saying? I will say that. But the reason why I want to say he's ducking is because he was never officially ordered to fight Benavidez. Because when he was officially ordered, if he was officially ordered like Bivol, and he didn't do it, what happened to Bivol? He got stripped quick, fast. He got stripped with the utmost haste, didn't he? When Bivol didn't fight Benavidez, he got stripped with the quickness by President Mauricio Solomon. Why didn't Solomon strip Canelo with as much haste if he was ordered to fight Benavidez? I'll give you the simple answer, because he fucking wasn't. That's why. So that's why when I say that Canelo's not ducking Benavidez or is questionable, I'm not saying that Canelo wants to fight Benavidez or would fight Benavidez. I'm saying that we have administrative bodies for a reason. It's the WBC's fault that they didn't force their champion at the time in Canelo Alvarez to adhere to their rules. And let's face it, there is a fee that goes with who's a champion, right, to hold the belt. And it's based on a percentage, meaning that if you are a bigger star, you're going to make more money. So that percentage will come as a larger lump sum than it would if you are a smaller star. So it behooved them to keep Canelo as a champion because they make more money off of his fights. And by the way, he fights twice a year. Not too many fighters fight twice a year. So they know they're going to get a bigger bag if Canelo's a champion. And then when they strip Bivol, because Bivol's not popular, and they know Benavidez will likely make more money in his next fights than Bivol will. That's why they were so readily quick to strip Bivol for Benavidez. And when you realize these things like that, because you recognize the business aspect of it, then you'll be a little bit more understanding to the fighters. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to my brother Ty Morissette, dropping that hello yellow $10 on the fellow with that bread, that cheese, that butter. Shout out to my brother Ty Morissette. He said David Benavidez was never ducked. Talk to him. Never. Never. Morrell didn't duck him. Morrell pursued him. Never ducked. Shout out to you, Ty. But yeah, people will come. I don't mind eating my crow. I thought Canelo would beat Terence Crawford. Chat, I'm eating my crow. I don't mind it. But I didn't say, oh, Terence Crawford won't win. He's going to get mollywopped and destroyed. No, I said Terence Crawford is a very good fighter. It's a testament to Terence Crawford's greatness why we even think that this fight is intriguing in the first place. There's no other guy that we consider to be a welterweight that we would believe could hold a candle to Canelo. So the fact that I even think that it's a 50-50 fight is a testament to Terence Crawford's greatness. I never counted him out, but I said, yeah, I'm going with the bigger guy in Canelo. And I was wrong. I have no problem being wrong. I'm not a freaking oracle. You know what I'm saying? I'm not clairvoyant. Of course, I was wrong. No problem with that. Shout out to Terence Crawford, and I give him all the credit. I'm glad he won because I am American at the end of the day, Black American specifically. So I would never be mad at Terence Crawford winning. But I just thought Canelo would win. And 100, if we could run it back, I'll say that Canelo would win again because I didn't pick Canelo because I'm infatuated with him. I picked it because I made it. I went through the analysis and I made an assessment, and my conclusion that I resulted in is that I thought Canelo would win, and I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? He's the bigger guy. Clado, of course. Shout out to Albuga. Bingo. Thank you, Irony. Bingo, bro. That's a bingo. Bro. We blame the fighters, but we don't blame the administrative bodies. And I think you said this earlier, Irony, or somebody else, that it trickles down to other sports as well with the MJ and LeBron comparison, right? It's like in basketball. When a player gets traded, they could be traded in the warm-up line at the beginning of the next game. And they get traded. Nobody says anything. But if a player leaves a team and goes to another team, especially a team that you don't like, oh, we hate the player. We have no problem when the organizations don't show loyalty. When the team owners, they don't show loyalty to the players. But when a player doesn't show loyalty to the organization, all of a sudden we have a problem. So like with boxing, we have to hold the administrative bodies accountable because they make the rules. The boxers just abide by them and adhere to them. So did I also blame the WBA when I said that Inoue is being allowed to not fight MJ Akhmadaliev? I never said MJ Akhmadaliev would beat Inoue. I thought that Inoue would beat Akhmadaliev. But people, they don't hear, they show ignorant, like my brother George was talking about and Rick was talking about. People, all they hear is that you disagree with them, and they just, everything else is blah, 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 blah. Like they hear you, but they're not listening. Listening means that you are absorbing. Listening means that you're trying to come to an a conclusion in a debate or something like that. You want to have a discussion. When you want to argue, that just means you just want to be right. And I don't really care for that. If you want to be right, you can go be right. If you want to say 2 + 2 is 18, you could be right in your head. That don't mean that you're right in life. You see what I'm saying? So if people don't want to hear you, it's because you're not in agreement with everything they say. I'm not here to be in agreement with you. Like somebody said on a comment that they don't agree with me or something. I said, that's fine. I don't talk about boxing to agree with you. No disrespect. But I don't have a boxing channel to be in concurrence with you. Who the fuck are you? I have a boxing channel because I appreciate the sport and I'm an advocate for the sport and I want to celebrate the sport and I want to give off my opinions. And I think that they're important. At the end of the day, I think that they're honest, and I don't come from a biased place, whether I like you or not. Can't hate the player, gotta hate the game. Talk to him. I disagree, but with the narrative they've been fed to be exact. Yeah, come on now. They've been fed to. Yeah, they can disagree. I don't care if you disagree with me. I'm not. What the heck? I'm not. Like I said, I'm not some psychic or some oracle. I don't know the result. I just give my predictions. I'm wrong all the time. I'm right more than I'm wrong, but I'm wrong too. And that's why I have no shame in it. Benny was a duck, but he was never activated his mandatory status. Yeah, he also never activated his mandatory status. Talk to about Booger. Yeah, man. So he said, I wonder what some fried cow. I see. You see, you don't like the cinnamon, the cinnamon little animation, but you be saying stuff that make me want to play it now, Booger. I ain't gonna hold you, boy. I was this close to playing that bomb, bomb, boom. You know what I'm talking about? I was this close. Keep it up, bro. But yeah, man, let me open up the Discord, man. I appreciate y'all rocking. Let me get off my thoughts. I'm about to pull up some people. I see Irony first, and then I'm gonna pull up Ty, and then I'm gonna pull up Thomas, and then I like to let people have their own thoughts, have their own time. We gonna give Irony his 3 minutes, then we gonna give Ty his 3 minutes, then we gonna give Thomas his 3 minutes. I appreciate y'all rocking, man, for real, man. You know, I got a lot of thoughts and opinions, man. Some people don't like them, and that's okay. I don't mind. You ain't paying my bill. Shout out to the ones that support the channel, man. Shout out to all the members, man. I appreciate it. It really keeps us going and growing. Shout out to those that do the super chats. Shout out to y'all, man. And make sure you smack that like button, man. That's free support. Doesn't cost a penny. Doesn't cost a penny. If you're already in here, man, smack that like button, man. You know. People be having radical thoughts and think that you should agree with them, and if you don't, they think you're the enemy. No, man, we have discussion, man. Somebody is right usually in a discussion, but if you're trying to prove you right, probably wrong. Sorry, people just disrespectful, man. You tell me Terence Crawford's not good. What the fuck? You stupid, simple, or slow. Let me pull up Irony in the building, man. My brother.
What's up,
Boricua
Doctor?
Bridger, man. Dios te bendiga.
Dios te bendiga, hermano. I love it.
What's good, man? How are you, man?
First things first, right? God bless Ricky Hatton. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, my brother Ricky Hatton, man. Oh, man, that hurt, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, me too, bro. And you know what's sad, bro? I saw one interview of him not too long ago. It might have been the last interview he did, bro. And he looked in bad shape, you know,
He
from his
did? Oh,
voice.
wow.
Yeah, it was sad because I'm remembering now, and the picture they posted, I think, was how he looked in the last interview. I can't even remember. I think it was one of I don't know if it was an interview. It's one of those where they ask him, you know, winner stays on, and they give him two names.
Oh,
And
okay,
he's
yeah,
won,
yep.
you know. But man, his voice was very
Man,
I don't want to sound out of line, but his voice sounded like he, you know, had a few,
true
you know,
drinks.
drinks, and but it was bad, bro. It was like you know, yeah, I felt
Yeah,
bad
like he
for
was
the
in the
guy, you
drunken
know.
stupor a bit, like a little slithered and a little drunk.
Yeah,
Intoxicated.
and it wouldn't surprise me if he was on something else too, sadly,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But you know, God rest his soul. Is he a legend? Yes, he is a legend. He is a legend. Anyway, because I didn't say that to you before, so I want to make sure that I
Oh
say
no,
that.
you're good. Hey man, we have doctor discussions, man. I don't hold that against you, man. No. Please don't feel bad about
Right,
that. No. Let's keep it boxing around here, man. Shout out to Ricky Hatton, man. We just have our opinions,
absolutely.
man. And I want to say this too, and to defend you as well. I don't think that you're saying anything wrong. Of course, I don't think it's been disclosed, right, how he passed away, but you know, he was very open, you know, so shout out to Ricky Hitman. He was very open about his
Yeah,
issues with alcoholism and drug abuse and depression. So I
open.
don't think that you're
Yeah,
wrong to think that, you know, so don't think that you're wrong to think that. I mean, I think that's common sense. I mean, he's very open in that regard. So I don't think you're making accusations. You're just saying that that's a possibility, and it is a possibility. He was very open. So, you know, it's just an unfortunate part of life. You know, shout out to Ricky Hatton, though.
yeah, it was. Yeah, and I'm just mentioning that on the with a sad note, you know, like
Right,
I'm not,
exactly,
you
right. You're not making any
um,
accusations or talking down. You're just saying,
no.
yeah, right. I don't think that's wrong.
I've done a ton of mistakes myself, so I'm the last
Facts.
guy to be like judging and shit. So
Right.
the I wanted to, well, obviously we know Collazo's coming up, so I don't we don't necessarily need to get into that, but
Paro's coming up
I
tomorrow
did
too.
say that again.
Paro fights tomorrow. Good Lord
Oh
willing.
yeah, that's right. He's fighting in Australia. Are you gonna
Yeah.
be live for that one?
Yes, sir. Hopefully I can catch it. Yep. I don't
Bro,
know where it's
you're a
broadcasted
warrior,
yet, but
man.
yeah, man, I'm gonna be live for that. Yes, sir. I appreciate it,
Somebody
man.
named David Papot or
Yep.
something like that. I don't know who that is.
Yep.
Um,
If I'm not mistaken, it'll be his debut at 147 as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't know. You know what? I saw the Crocker and Donovan 2 fight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, people are saying Donovan got robbed.
Mm-hmm.
I, I'm, I yes and no, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he and on the first fight he did very well. On the
Yep.
second fight, not bro. That second knockdown was nasty.
Yes, it
I,
was.
I know that thank God it was at the end of the round, bro. Because good God, I can't believe he recovered from that, bro.
I'm
Talk
telling
about
you.
a flush shot on the chin,
I'm
bro.
telling you, man.
Like, so what do you think? Did you think Crocker was done right?
I'm
It
gonna
was
be
kind of
honest, man.
tough to score.
Yeah, it was tough to score. I didn't finish it either, so I don't really have an opinion yet. I was trying to watch it and I fell asleep again. But no, when it was live, I actually was live that fight. But remember, I don't know if you were here, but I had to go to a church function. So I'm actually right at the end of the co-main. I stopped watching, so I tried to go back and watch it since I haven't been able to find it yet. So Yeah, I mean, I haven't been able to finish it yet, so I don't really have an opinion on it. I think I got to like the second round, so I had to go back and watch. I fell asleep.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Watching
so
it
you
late.
you
Yeah.
didn't even get to the second
Nah.
knockdown yet.
No, I
Okay,
didn't.
that's fine.
Nope. So shout out to Crocker and
I,
shout out
I
to Donovan. But I've heard that
um,
he was robbed. I don't know. I have to watch it.
for what I've seen, okay. We can revisit this when you watch it. That's
Yeah,
okay.
it's so crazy because the only fight I missed on that card was a main event because I had to go to church, man. That's crazy, man. Ishmael Davis, I thought he won that fight. I'm not gonna lie. But it was a good fight though between Black Panther and Black Thunder, their nicknames. Ishmael Davis versus what's his name? I don't remember his name. Aguiarco, Conan Argiarco, I think is how to pronounce his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that one.
Oh, okay, yeah, I watched all the fights except for the main event. I had to leave.
I love Ishmael Davis because of his story and everything.
Me too.
I do love that guy.
Yep.
MJ and Inoue, bro, I was more disappointed. I think more than anything, bro, I was thoroughly disappointed with MJ's performance because
I agree with that.
I mean, you're not necessarily responsible for what Eddie decides to spit out of his mouth, but you, but at the same time, you also spit some stuff out of your mouth, and I
He did.
understand you want your shot and you deserve the shot, so I get it. Right,
Yep.
like
Yep.
if you deserve the shot, like he did, by all means, bro. Just machine gun that mouth of yours. Absolutely.
I agree with that.
But you gotta also he wobbled him on the 12th round. Really, like that's all you got to show for?
Yeah.
Like
He was
I
talking
don't.
hot, bro. He was talking hot. I agree with you.
Yeah, and I thought I'm on record that I thought Inoue. I saw the fight played out like MJ was gonna give him hell for the first 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 rounds, and then Inoue was gonna start pulling away and stop him about round 10 or something like. That's how I had it.
Yeah, I thought he
Like
was gonna stop
like
him in
played
9.
out in 9. So we weren't that far off, right?
Yep.
But I definitely thought it was gonna be a tough ass fight, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I think MJ,
And
because he talked, like you said, I don't mind you talking, but then you got to at least go for it. You know, you could argue that Ramon Cardenas went a little harder. But at the same time, too, I do want to acknowledge that Inoue is good. And maybe he felt like if he would have opened up more, that he would have got knocked out, you know? So Inoue's not no chump. So, you know, he might have had that in his mind and then, you know, he got changed. But still, he was talking pretty hot. So you got to match
But
that.
that's not a talk. That's not a talk to me that should come from the challenger. I get the champion because you have to take the title from me. So I'm not the one that should be taking risks, especially unnecessary risks out there if you're the champion. But if you're the challenger, you're the guy that has to take it away from him. So
Agreed.
you have to do something because otherwise, what are we doing here?
I agree with that, 1,000%.
If you get knocked out, well, so what, bro?
Right.
I think
Facts.
now that's easy for me to say, obviously, but from the outside looking in, I mean, if you are for all the marbles, right? You're going up against the number 3 pound for. It's not only a champion, not only an undisputed number 3 pound for pound. Maybe whoever has a number 2, number 1, I don't mind, but
Right.
you know, at least number 3 pound for pound. You got to do something, bro.
Right.
Try
I agree with that.
something.
You got it. Yeah, I agree with that. It might even look better, like you said. It's easy for us to say, but it might even look better that you go out on your shield or at least get wobbled. Or he did take some hellacious shots too. He took some mean shots, but yeah, I agree with that. But let me pull up Ty real quick, and then but don't go anywhere because I'm gonna pull up everybody together. I'm just want everybody to get their chance. Yeah, go ahead. I
want to give you props. I want to give props to your boy Canelo because he definitely tried, bro.
Thank you, bro.
See, as I'm saying that MJ didn't try. Well, Canelo did try.
Come on now.
There's another slap in the face for MJ. Right.
Facts. I agree with that. Like that's what I told people. It's like, yes, Canelo lost, but I don't think you can watch that fight and say that Canelo didn't try. Now, if you want to say that he kind of got frustrated at moments, of course. I mean, she's in the middle.
Yeah.
That's what skill does. Skill's going to frustrate you. That's what Terence Crawford was trying to do. That means he did his job very well, man. You can see him trying different things. He tried to exchange. And when they did it, it's not like Canelo was like avoiding the exchange. Like you could say he didn't really try to with Skull or, you know, he tried to cut off the ring with Crawford. He did different things. He just, you know, maybe I would have liked to see him throw more combinations maybe, but maybe he felt like, hey, Terence Crawford's stronger than I thought, bro. Like, so
I forgot to ask you some questions because I'm about to go live maybe later today.
Okay.
I just got new headphones and stuff like that. So
let's go.
how do you? This is probably a stupid question, right? But I don't mind. How do you link the StreamYard or Discord to your live? Is that something that YouTube just puts it there for you, or
Like
maybe
as far as
just write me a
as
DM
far as the
if you want to
audio
use it.
or the
Well, if you're live and then put up the StreamYard and Discord to chop it up with people,
yeah,
is that
so
because I don't know?
StreamYard does it. StreamYard has a function where you could give them a link and then StreamYard does it automatically for you. But I don't use StreamYard, so Discord I had to manually put it into my stream. So you don't
Okay,
have to
you
use
can.
Discord how we talk now. Like you can use StreamYard and StreamYard once like you give them a link and StreamYard will pull them up as when you accept them and it'll automatically
Oh,
do
but
it
I
on your
created a
show.
Discord server already, so it might be
Mm.
better for me to use Discord at least for the time being.
Yeah, you can use Discord
Uh,
too. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
okay, just shoot me a DM if you can. Just let me know how to do it or whatever if you will,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
no
would
problem.
appreciate
Yeah, no
it.
problem, man.
Thank you, bro.
All right, bro.
Appreciate
Yes, sir.
you.
All right, so yeah, man, I agree, man. I thought that Inoue's effort, sorry, MJ Ahmadali's effort should have been a little bit better, you know, especially how he was talking. But at the same time, you know, I give him a little grace because it's one thing to say what you're gonna do, you can think what you're gonna do, and then when you get in there with the monster, you know what I'm saying, or you get in there with Bud, like I'm sure Canelo, you gotta think about Eddie Reynoso too, you know. Eddie Reynoso was put in Canelo's head, and even I was thinking that Terence Crawford wouldn't hurt him. That's what the story was. How could Terence Crawford hurt him? Triple G couldn't hurt him. Kovalev couldn't hurt him. Bivol beat him, but he couldn't hurt him. Mosley couldn't hurt him. Floyd beat him, but didn't hurt him. So, you know, you're thinking that Canelo couldn't get hurt. And that's probably what they were reinforcing throughout the entire camp. His mindset was probably like, oh, this guy can't hurt me. You know, and then he was just mistaken, maybe, you know, so that's going to change your game plan. So maybe Ahmadali was thinking that Inoue couldn't hurt him as much. I don't know why he would think that, but so yeah, I was disappointed in his performance, but I thought I don't think it was as bad as, you know, people tend to exaggerate in my personal opinion. Was it as what I expected? No, I thought it was gonna be more competitive. But do I think it was horrible? I watched it twice already. I thought it was a pretty good fight, you know, but it was definitely controlled by Inoue for sure. All right, let me bring up Ty, and then I think Thomas was next, and then Irony. I mean, then Oster. Shout out to our brother Ty, man. What's good, brethren? Oh, let me pull you up. Let me pull you up. Hold on, my boy got the camera out today. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up my boy, man.
I don't know why my camera phone out.
Pull you up, bro.
Oh, shit. Hit the side of the phone.
Let me get you right, bro. What the heck is? I'm tripping on my side too. What? It's showing, but it's showing me. Hold on. That ain't right. It's supposed to show my boy.
I had you still going on the other phone.
I appreciate that, bro.
Trappers Anonymous.
Trappers Anonymous is crazy. Shout out to my boy, man. There you go. Okay, we got it now. It's just a little. Let me fix it.
I'm over here smuggling this macaroni and cheese.
Hey, that good old Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Get this right. How do you do this now? Okay, there we go.
I seen that boy Budrick Vandross. He done changed Irony favorite fighter. Got that boy out here talking about that boy Budrick Vandross had a better run at 168 than the great you know who.
Hey, Budgie. Oh, Nakazagi. Hold on now.
Joseph.
Hold on now. Hold on now. He ain't say that blasphemous statement. No, he did. He ain't say that. He ain't say that. Oh, you know, I already about to be on your head top when we bring everybody in there. That's funny, man. Shout out to our brother Ty, man. Ty's in the building, man. How'd you feel about the fight, though, man? How you feel about the fight, man? Did it live up to your expectations? Do you feel like somebody disappointed?
Disappointed who? I was a little disappointed when I seen Canelo come out there with that fresh ink.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. When you said that, when you pointed that out, I said, yeah, that made me the most nervous. Because I feel like that. I feel like when everybody gets some new ink, I said, hold on now. That doesn't bode well to be victorious, bro.
I done did my little boxing signs. I'm in my head 7'5", 7'5", 8'4". UD. Cool. See Canelo come out with that new ink. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, yep. Rap City.
The last two dudes that came out with some fresh tattoos got cooked.
Come on now. Yeah, that could even go back to Kodo. Oh my Lord, man.
Errol Spence came out the new neck tattoo. He wasn't blessed neck, but he had a little something in the back tattoo.
Yep.
What was his name? Amir Khan.
Amir Khan too. Yep.
Thought he was cool with the little, you know what I mean, on the calf, and got cooked.
Got cooked. That new ink, man. Hey, don't do it. Leave the ink alone, man. Don't save it till after the fight. That's so crazy, man.
But on the real, who did Joe Calzaghe beat at 168? That's better than beating Canelo.
Come on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're gonna wait a minute because, bro, that's the thing, man. I just think that Bud is he's just too good, man. I mean, like the position, like even if you don't like him, man, you gotta come on, man. We gotta wait at least a week, bro. What this man just did was amazing, man. You know, I'm Canelo. I was going for Canelo. I thought Canelo would win, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't like what I'm seeing with people discrediting Canelo because I think that it's a precursor and a prerequisite for what's gonna happen and starting to already happen. It's gonna become the discredit for Bud. They're gonna say, oh, you know, Canelo wasn't really that good. He didn't find anybody manufactured, and then that's gonna trickle down to, well, is it really that impressive that Crawford beat him? Absolutely, it's impressive, man. And I'm actually, in retrospect, I'm kind of happy that Bud won because if Bud would have lost, if they're disrespecting Canelo, the face of boxing, can you imagine what they would be saying about Bud if Bud would have lost, man? But yeah, to answer your question though, who Joe Calzaghe beat better than Canelo, I can't call it. I'm gonna let that's irony's burden to carry, not mine. That's irony's burden to carry, not mine, bro. Nobody. Hit him with the key sweat.
Do it like Frederick.
Facts, bro. I don't know, man. I just think that, man, if the greats don't fight each other, then if we can't let the greats lose to other greats, bro, like, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You know what that fight did for the guys in the arena?
Mm-hmm.
It started up that competitive nature that we need back in boxing.
Talk to him.
I've seen dudes that have been pump faking for the last 4 to 5 years talking about, yo, like, if the bag right, I'll fuck you up right now.
That sound good.
Tio over there with his chest out. Turkey got the numbers right. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Andy Ruiz was in shape.
You see him square up with Bomb Squad. Face off with Bomb Squad.
Yeah, he had his till of the day shades on. I'm like, okay.
Come on now.
That's a good scrap. I don't mind that.
I don't mind that either. I'm with you on that one. I'm glad you brought that up, man, because you think the Teofimo, like, you notice I haven't been talking about it. I want to talk about it, but I've been fighting myself. I'm just not convinced, bro. You know, and I'm not gonna go out my way to talk about Tio. So, but I do keep it boxing. If that fight is made, I will talk about it. But I feel like I'm just not convinced, man. What you think it's coming to fruition, man? Top of 2026, good Lord willing. You think he just?
I think so, because of the names that they pulling together. That card about be nice, but it was one thing I was looking at that had me like, fuck going on over there.
What is that?
Young Redacted. And Mr. Miles Haney.
That face off that you talking about? Why? I saw
shaking
that too.
hands in the back.
Yep, I saw that.
Only time you sitting there with your op like that is if the money was made. It reminded me of when Wilder and Fury hugged or embraced. Yeah, facts. I might not just like you, but if the money right,
a little bit more friendly. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little. You might get a dap, might get a handshake. You know, we done agree to some things, work some shit out contractually. You know, yeah, that's a great point. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that
like
angle.
You as a person, but we up 40 off this.
Hey, I didn't think about that. That could be it. Maybe that's why Devin Haney and Ryan were being a little bit more friendly than they quote unquote should be. I've seen a lot of people look at it from the angle of with Devin talking trash about Najee for having him on the platform, then shaking hands and fraternizing with the guy that you said was a sellout. Which I see that is contradictory. I got to give those people the credit, but I like the angle that you just came. That makes sense.
I'm still looking at him goofy.
Yeah, still looking at him goofy, but that would make a little bit more sense, you know.
Because
It's
I
like with
can't
the
say nothing
lawsuit.
to people that's talking about, oh, you suing your baby mom, this and third, but I need you to be on that type of timing with the boy that cheated you.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say. But what did we say? We said, okay, if the lawsuit had to be dropped, if the fight was contingent on the lawsuit being dropped, then I'll give you a pass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that it's right that you shake hands. I still think that's corny, but I would be a little bit more understanding if you're doing it because the fight's being made. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I
It's
do
the
want to
optics
see
of
that.
it.
Yeah, the optics still look bad. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna call it what it is. I agree with that.
If y'all got to be publicly together like that, y'all could at least came with the WWE shit.
Right.
Yo, you're gonna shove me, I smack you. You
Right.
push my brother. Commotion. We go back to our dressing rooms.
Right.
Do that,
Yep. I agree
but
with
don't be
that.
sitting here all smiling and grinning with the boy. Now you look like a goofy. I gotta
Nah,
say it,
you look,
Devin.
yes, absolutely. Especially when you
Look at
shun
fake.
somebody else. Right. Call it how we see it. I agree. It looks very fake. And it's like,
See, them
why?
type of activities to get your ass knocked out with Brian Norman.
Come on now. And speaking of that, to me, and granted, it's a lesser magnitude. I don't think either one of these fighters are. It's another example of like Terence Crawford and Canelo. Like I said, to a lower level, you know, they're not what Canelo and Bud are. But Devin Haney and Brian Norman, regardless of how outcomes, the fact that this fight is happening, salute to Brian Norman, salute to Devin Haney. This fight did not need to happen. You see what I'm saying? So this is even if you want to call it his second fight at 147, you know, debut or second fight. This is a big fight. You see what I'm saying? He fought Jose Carlos Ramirez. If you want to say that's his debut, it was the catchweight, 144. He fought a unified champion proven guy, his debut. And now he's fighting his second fight, a champion in Brian Norman, who literally knocking people into a coma. You see what I'm saying? And it kind of reminds me of like the Virgil Ortiz and Boots. Like, of course we expect big things out of Boots. But we should also expect big things out of Virgil Ortiz. It is unfair to compare Boots' debut against an IBO champion with one decision loss, Weizma Lima, to Virgil fighting Boachuk and Madrimov. No, that was not his first or his second fight at 154. His debut was Frederick Lawson and Thomas Delorme. And one of those guys he knocked out in one round, but Jerron Boots Ennis also knocked that guy out in one round too before Virgil Ortiz did. So the more accurate comparison would be to compare his debut in Weizma Lima, since everybody loves to compare Boots and Virgil, compare his debut in Weizma Lima to Virgil's debut at 154. And that would be Frederick Lawson. Weizma Lima is way better than Frederick. So, you know, and let's go to 147. What's the name is I like Liam Parr. You know, that's one of my guys. I like him, even though he lost to Rich Stitches. I still like him. He's fighting David Papo, or whatever, however you pronounce his name. No disrespect. That's his debut at 147 tomorrow. Devin's debut, whatever one you want to pick, it's either Ramirez or Brian Norman. You tell me which one's better. So we got to be fair when we talk about these fighters, man. So no, there's no loser in Devin Haney versus Brian Norman. We should be focused that the fans are the winner. I personally go with Norman, but Brian could be outboxed by Boots. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Devin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But yeah, man, I'm gonna pull up Oster, bro. I'm gonna keep you here though, if you don't mind, unless you got something to do.
I'm here. You know what I mean?
Let's get it.
I got all the trap phones out, 2 watches.
Hey,
in, you know.
2 watches in, yes, sir. Let me pull up. Thomas is first, and then we're gonna pull up Oster. Thomas is first. Mr. Thomas.
Oh yeah.
Go
Before
ahead.
Thomas together. You know how much I made?
How much? Off the fight?
Off the decision?
How much?
I bet 15. Came out with a cool, well, slightly under 5.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, yo, Ty, you ain't gotta go, bro. You ain't gotta go. Stay. You be cooking,
time,
bro.
Man. Big money
yeah.
time.
You got the Chick-fil-A, so we got to fillet like you got to.
Got the chick. You seen it with the chick.
Hey! Shout out to that.
Hey, with the light ice. You feel me? The macaroni with the light ice. You know what I'm saying? Got the seasonal shake. You feel me?
Yeah.
Ty, you ain't going no.
Big money time, man. Ty ain't gonna eat no IHOP, man. Bad for bad king. You feel me?
Definitely ain't no IHOP around
here. Mr. Thomas in the building, man. Appreciate you joining us, man. Blessing us with your presence. What's good, bro?
Hey,
Talk to me, man.
First and foremost, bro, like, hey, shout out to Crawford. I said I thought he would win 8 rounds and would gift the goddamn fight to Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that the later rounds would look kind of reminiscent of the later rounds against Laura, and therefore they would find a way. Crawford was on his ish. Can't be moved. kept him off balance.
Hey.
And every now and again, you know, caught him. I don't think that he hurt Canelo, but I think he stunned him more so the fact that, you know, he caught all of his big shots. Like none of his big shots landed. He caught him on the glove or he like glanced off the shoulder or whatever the case may be, but he was able to effectively nullify that. I thought that, you know, when he did catch him, he caught him off balance, and I thought that at the end, people saying that, you know, he could have got him up out of it. I just think you saw frustration, like I'm
Come
totally
on now. My boy be
clueless.
preaching, man.
I don't figure what's going on. I can't figure out how come I'm swinging my hardest and it ain't having no impact. When truly it was, man. You saw when he did land on the shoulder or on the glove, it moved Crawford.
Yes.
It truly moved him. Whereas when Crawford hit him, it moved whatever he hit. But it moved Crawford when he got hit. He just was able to block it and take it too. Like
and I want to say this too to interject and support what you're saying. Like, and in the interviews afterwards, not only how he looked, you know, he had a little lump on there too, which I mean, it's a fight, you know, but that don't mean he wasn't dominant. Just it's a fight, you know. But I like how he added clarity because I said this when he first said that he'd been hit harder by Kyle Velasquez's Mean Machine, right? And I said, and someone said that in the chat, and I was like, this is a couple of days ago, I think it was Sunday. But I was like, yeah, but I think he's gonna add further clarity to that later. Is that he hit him harder because he hit him better. You see what I'm saying? Canelo, I don't think he really hit him with any flush shots. And then he actually, during the Stephen A interview or the ESPN interview, he had multiple interviews. But he said, yeah, I want to add clarity to that. He said he's not saying that Kyle Velasquez hits harder. He just said that he hit me harder. He said Canelo didn't hit him with any flush shots. He was able to, like you said, parry him, catch him, block him, move with him. So yeah, I agree with you 1,000%.
Absolutely, man. I mean, a tremendous game plan, and then he executed and had him so flustered that he didn't know when he was going to trade. He didn't know when he was going to move. When he did move, he hit him while on the move. Like the one punch where he missed with the jab but turned it to a hook. Like it was stuff like that at the end started just flustering him. When your own corner tell you, dog, you pack it in, man. It ain't nothing you could do. They had no plan B.
Come on now.
Like you said.
Come on now.
They had no plan B for him being as effective in the ring as he was. And unfortunately, you know what, Crawford, you might need a plan B or a plan C. And there was
you gotta go through the line, bro. You gotta go. You gotta go through the plan, man. And I'm disappointed with that because I do think and that's what I point to. You know, we give everybody credit and we give critiques too. Canelo is a fighter. At the end of the day, it's me versus you. But you got to get instruction, or else what the hell you standing in my corner for? Like you said, he had no other game plan. I got to put that on Reynoso. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, Crawford is a beast, dog. You can't just go in there and think that, oh, I'm going to beat him because I'm stronger than him. He's not as strong as me. Like that, then that's where it's the sweet science comes in and, you know, skills pay the bills and all that good stuff at bonbons. I don't know what time it is. So, you know, shout out to Canelo. I don't think it was for a lack of effort. I just think it was shout out to Canelo. I mean, shout out to Bud, you know? That's it, man. That's it, bro.
Nah, definitely shout out to Blood. Hey, shout out to Canelo because, like, what he came in with, he stuck to. And once that wasn't working, man, there was nothing else that he could go to, unfortunately. Truly what separates people who can adjust on the fly, man. Like I say, I forever hold. And I like both of the fighters when they fought, bro. I'm from California, so you know I rock heavy with Mosley. But, man, Mayweather was my guy, too. But when he got clocked,
come on now.
Mayweather made the adjustment. It was nothing he was given by his corner. Mayweather saw exactly what caught me, how it caught me, why it was effective. And he never let that. I mean, I've never seen somebody turn a light switch off like that in a ring.
Come on, bro.
In the midst of
GOAT shit, man.
Oh, bro.
GOAT shit, bro.
Because I was like, yo, he about to really get Mayweather out of here.
Come on now. And early, too. It was the second round?
Yeah, man. Early. It wasn't even a fight. Next 9 rounds was total domination.
Smoked him.
And while I'll say this, if Canelo wouldn't have started looking flustered and he actually had a lot more activity, because I always say, man, they be mistaking activity for achievement.
Yep.
He might have been gifted that decision because that 115 to 113 is very generous. Very generous. Very generous, and that's all I'll say. I know my 3 minutes is up,
No,
man.
you
I
good,
appreciate
man.
it.
No, I mean, I'm gonna pull you up after I pull up Oster because I'm gonna bring everybody in. I just like to let people get their little solo time.
Yeah, for sure. Nah,
All
the
right, bro.
Ty
Appreciate you,
deserve
bro.
it, dog. I keep you up there,
Them
man.
Jordan
And
show up?
Chick-fil-A, dog. Feel that, dog.
Hey, shout out to my appreciate you, Thomas. Shout out to my brother Ty. Yeah, I wasn't looking at the chat. My bad. I be having multiple screens though. Shout out to my brother Ty, man. Shout out to my brother Thomas as well. Hey, man, big up to Ty. He renewed that subscription. That didn't go through. I don't know why that didn't go through. Shout out to Ty renewing that membership, man. Committed for another 30 days. I appreciate that, man. He ain't going nowhere.
I'm not leaving.
Oh, it cut off. Give me a second. There you go. My shit tripping.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on.
Shout out to my brother, man. How many months is that? I don't even know because they didn't give me the notification, but he got that purple Thanos glove, so it's at least pulling up on a year. So thank you, bro. And then he drops the for the Chick-fil-A 757584. He said 757584. Budrick Vandross by UD. Shout out to my brother Ty Morissette with that big 50 piece coming through like a boss. Pollo in the kitchen, chicken in la cocina. Speaking of Chick-fil-A, he came with the big chicken 50 piece, man. Thank you, my brother. That's love, man. Shout out to my brother, man. Shout out to everybody supporting, man. Shout out to all the members, man. Shout out to Big Money Ty, man. I think yeah, that's why we call him the Band for Band King, because he leads the way with the most donations in the chat, man. So I appreciate that, brother. Thank you, man. And God bless.
I ain't got no more chicken, man. Leave me alone.
Say he wants some more. You see the chicken you dropped in the chat, man. The dog said he wants some more chicken, bro. I already knew it was a dog. I already knew. They smell that chicken, bro. They own it. I just gave my dog some rib bones yesterday. He was smoking them things. Trying to get some more. I said, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He deaf. He got a cataract.
Yeah. My dog's deaf too, man. What was he, about 14, 15? He a pit.
Yep.
That's mine.
Yeah, American Bulldog.
American Bulldog? Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a pit.
He got similar spots to what the hell is the damn dog from
Homeward Bound.
Nah.
Oh.
With Spank and Alpha.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about Little Rascals.
Yeah,
Little Rascals. Yep.
Oh,
Yes,
Spot.
sir,
What was his name? Spot? What was his name? Spot or nah? It wasn't Spot.
Was it Spot? I think so. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Because his mom had the same.
Nah, it's Petey.
Petey.
Yeah, man.
Little Rascals. I got that, man. I might need to watch that too, man. Y'all be make me reminisce about movies and watching them, man. Shout out to y'all. When I'm trying to fall asleep. Let me pull up Oster real quick, man, for Oster to get mad, man. Shout out to Get the Time, man, with the big 50 piece, bro. I appreciate it. Shout out to Mr. Thomas as well. My brother Oster in the building, man. OGO. He just muted real quick. He said, I missed it. Who's replaced Canelo as a face of boxing? Gold member was good. I don't know. We just went through a list of people. I don't know. I can't call it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we went through a list of people. You go hit that rewind button. But I tell you who I think. I said Abdullah Mesa has a chance. Xander Zayas has a chance. Moses Atama. I said Brian Norman. They have a chance. But it's contingent, right? It's contingent on how they perform. Like if Abdullah Mesa beats Sam Noakes and gets a WBO title, it's a little bit more believable, right? Xander Zayas, if he defends his WBO title, a little more believable. If Brian Norman defends his WBO title against Devin Haney, a little more believable. So Moses Atama, if he does something great like beating a Joseph Parker or somebody like that, a little more believable. Right now, as it sits, I can't call it as far as anybody replaces him. You know, Terence Crawford, where he's at in his career, 38 years old. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think the timing is right with that. But can he be the biggest draw in boxing right now for his next few fights? Of course, especially if he has a rematch with Cinnamon. So yeah, so I'm just saying, as far as face of box is something that, you know, like I said, I think Tank could have been. Imagine if Tank would have fought Lamar Roach in the summer, bro, and beat him, and then Canelo would have lost. Oh, he would have just inherited that. But he wants to fight Jake Paul, and he wants to do other things. You know what I'm saying? And he's still making money. It don't matter. But I think that it would have been up for him to. It would have been prime for the taking if he would have did the little things differently. But it is what it is, man. Oster in the building, man. My brother, what's good, man?
What's popping? Hey yo,
Man, chilling,
you
man.
don't,
Talk to me, bro.
yeah, hey Doc, you don't think it's well, I think
Mm-hmm.
that it's highly disrespectful
Mm-hmm.
for anybody. I think it's highly disrespectful to Canelo,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Floyd,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, Canelo Floyd, two faces of boxing. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's and Tank in a way. I
Okay.
think that is highly disrespectful for anybody to be talking about the face of boxing. The man had to fight. He just lost 48 hours ago. You know what I mean? The man put a lot in boxing to be the face of boxing. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And
Facts.
that's just crazy to be like, come on, it ain't that serious. You know what I mean? You just can't have a Joseph and a Tom on none of these people. These people got 20 fights. You know what I mean? This man got 60-something fights.
Talk to him.
Floyd got 50. That's just disrespectful. And then I ain't even talking about Crawford because nobody ever considered him the face of boxing. So that's
Right.
disrespectful for him. To just
Right.
mix
Right.
him. That's just
I like that.
that's why I'm like, that's some crazy shit, dude. That to me, that's just a useless conversation because I don't think it could be a face of boxing for another couple of years if it's not Crawford. Who else could be? Oh, well, I'm gonna say Haney. If anybody, you know what I mean, I could say Haney in there because Haney got some
That's a
fights.
good
He's
one.
been
If
around
Haney,
these boys
if,
for a
if
minute.
Haney wins, beats Norman, that's a good. I like that. You cooking right
Yeah,
now.
I
You cooking right now.
can see that, but the rest of the guys, you know what I mean, I just think it's disrespectful to Tank, Canelo, and Floyd. Definitely,
I
totally
agree. I
disrespectful.
agree. If Nah, I didn't mean to cut you off. You want me to respond?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
no,
no,
I
I'm
was just
good.
gonna respond. Yeah, I agree with you because you asked me if I think if I think it's disrespectful. I do think it's disrespectful. Like I said, I think that Canelo. I'm not. I still think he's a face of boxing. Like I think it's disrespectful to just take him off because we've seen him lose before. We seen him lose once when he wasn't the face of boxing when against Floyd because Floyd was, and the other time against Bivol, he still was a face of boxing. So I don't think that that's enough. Now I think that the people will talk and they'll show us in his next fight. We'll see what the intrigue is looks like. We'll see what the participation or as far as the representation, as far as the audience and how they feel about it, like the interest. But I do think it's disrespectful to say somebody. That's why you notice I didn't say Tank, I didn't say Shakur, I didn't say T.O., I said Abdullah Mason. I said most of the top. What they all got in common. Everybody I said Xander Zayas, Brian, they're all young, which will do what you just said. I think we won't see it until a couple of years. You see what I'm saying? Like they'll grow into it. Yeah. I don't think you just Canelo's not it no more. So it's David Benavidez now. No, hell no. Yeah. Like I think they're gonna grow into it. Like Canelo became the face of boxing once Floyd left, and he was already 40, 50 fights in before he became that. You see, I'm not saying somebody has to be that many fights, that quantity, but you get what I'm saying. Like it's gonna take time. I agree with you 1,000%. I think you cook that. Not saying David. I'm not saying David can't be, but I just don't think it's. Go ahead, Ty. My fault.
I was saying Age was still on his side.
Age was still. Thank you. Like I don't see somebody. And no disrespect to anybody that's in their 30s. 30s is not old. Hell, I'm in my 30s, my late 30s. But what I'm saying is that when you're doing the face of boxing, like the face of the NBA, like. I don't think Anthony Edwards is that right now, but we could see that he could potentially grow into that because he's in his 20s. You know, he's young and he's doing shit, you know? It's like it's too late for KD to be the face of boxing. I mean, face of basketball, you know? Yeah. And so, that don't mean he's not good. It shouldn't be appreciated, but it's just too late. You see what I'm saying? Like, and so even with Tank, Tank being 30, he's not even deep in 30s. But because, like, if he would have beat Lamar Rose, like I said, he just fell into it. He was almost in a place where he could have fell into it. Maybe it would have been on time, but now I think it's almost too late for him. Even Devin Haney, Devin Haney's 26, so even he's 25, 26. So yeah, I think Devin Haney could because he's already undisputed. He's already the youngest undisputed in the 4-belt era, for the males, and he's already undefeated. He's already been in fights. His biggest controversy. His biggest quote-unquote loss wasn't even a loss. It was a no contest. You know what I'm saying? That's the only controversy he really has. And if he beats Brian Norman, he's right back on schedule. So I agree with you. He'll be the WBO champ at 147. That'll be his 4th belt in the weight class? 4th division, bitch? Or 3rd? 4th, I think, right? Third.
That little Raz kid on the low.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers didn't even see it. Yeah, he building his joint up on the low.
Yeah.
That's back though.
Yeah. And the reason why, so I'm gonna give you your time. I'll give you more time. My fault. I know I've been talking a lot. I'm gonna restart your time. But Gold member said Benavidez, T or Shakur. I think it's no, and no. I think Benavidez could. Don't get me wrong. But with Shakur, I would say for sure no, because people don't even like it. People don't even like his style. You see, and I think that's fucked up. Don't get me wrong. But Shakur is a merit. If Shakur was Mexican or English, maybe, but he's American and they don't like his style. So I don't think that's in his future. Could he be considered the best? I think being the best and being the face are not always synonymous. Like Canelo hasn't been the best in a long time, but he's the face. Anthony Joshua hasn't been the best heavyweight in a long time, but he's the biggest draw in heavyweight. So you don't have to be the best. Will Shakur be the best? I could see him becoming the best. Do I see him being the face? Absolutely not. I don't think so.
Yo, like I tell people, I say, yo, they be acting like, you know, they be acting like you passing a light over it. We passing a torch. Like, it's not a lighter. You just can't be giving it to them, right? It's a whole torch, man. You know what I mean? For real. This ain't no joke. You gotta do something for this, man.
All right.
And you gotta really do something. And you gotta have the people, the machine, everybody gotta be behind you. So you gotta please a lot of people.
That part.
Yeah, you gotta please a lot of people. And sometimes you can't become. You might wake up the next day and you might see yourself on the news and the paper and all that, and you say, "Oh shit, they made me the face." You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh,
Facts. Yeah.
Like,
I don't think it's something you can pay for. I think it just happens. I mean, like not just happens, but I mean, like you said, like there's a machine and there's a push behind you, but it's not like oh yeah, we know who we're gonna like. I don't remember people knowing. Did we know that Floyd was gonna get it? Did we know that Canelo was gonna get it? I don't know. Maybe we did. I don't know. Maybe some did, but I don't feel like we know. It just kind of
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I agree with you.
That just happened. It just happened.
Right.
You either wake up as an enemy, because you got to remember, Canelo was liked and was a face. Floyd was an enemy and was face. So you don't
talk to him. Talk to him.
Yeah, either you liked or you're the enemy, but you could be the face of boxing. That's what the people put. That's just the way it goes.
Right.
Floyd did it as a villain, straight villain.
Yep.
And he threw it in their face every day. You remember Floyd come up there with all that money? And just remember he came up when he was Money Mayweather, he said, he's like, I know I'm getting some people mad, but I don't care. They hate that shit.
Yes, sir.
I be in my feelings sometimes. I be in my feelings sometimes. My little bit of money, what's going on. I'm like, come on, man.
And what did Floyd say though? Floyd said, hey, whether you like me, whether you watch me because you want me to win or you watch me because you want to see me lose, you watch it. It don't matter. Why you watch it, you watch it.
That's the mind. As long as you pay to watch, you can do whatever you want to do. You have any decision you want when you get in here, as long as you pay.
Yep. You know, it remind me of that one scene too, Ty and Oster. Remember, was it Straight Outta Compton? When I think it was Eazy-E that said it, when they bought the albums and they were like stomping on it and they saw it in the bus and some of the members were mad and Eazy-E was like, shoot, I don't care. He was laughing. They're like, why you happy? He said, man, I don't care. He said they can do whatever they want. It's theirs. They bought it. So yeah, you bought my album, you want to stomp on it, you want to burn it, you want to kick it, hey, you bought it. I don't care. Do whatever you want.
That's equivalent. You listen.
Yeah, it's a sale.
That's equivalent to the black dude going to the store and the white dude following him around, and he decides he want to spend $30,000 in there to prove them wrong. I just walk right out the store.
Walk right out that store. Bro.
I would walk right out that joint.
Right. I ain't gotta prove nothing. They ain't gonna like you anyway. So.
Hey.
Yep.
Hey. I'm here for 2 reasons. Either I'm trying to steal or I can afford it.
Hey, you tell me you gonna pay $5 and get that 5-finger discount. One or the other. That's crazy. Yeah, this man Oster funny, bro.
I got a little hot take for the face of boxing debate.
Oh, yes, sir.
For this week, I don't care what nobody says. Budrick Vandross is the face of boxing right now.
Okay.
That's right.
Niggas out here talking about I need Budrick versus Jake, Budrick versus Usyk,
David
Budrick
Benavidez
versus my mama.
Facts. No, you're right about that. That's a good point now. That's a good point now.
Ty, you heard I told him, I say, all Bud got to do now is go up and see, go talk to Jesus and come back and tell the people what Jesus said. They might believe him then. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
I like that angle, man. That's a good point, man.
That boy Budrick a water walker.
I'm telling you. That's a good point, man. They want Terence. I seen Crawford tank. I seen Crawford B-Ball. I seen Crawford Benavidez. See Crawford Boo Boo Andre, where he came from. I don't know, but I see that. I see Bud Charlo. I see Bud Canelo rematch. I see all these little. I see Bud Adames, Bud Janabek. You're right. I ain't think about it like that.
Hey Doc, I think they're trying to give Bud a healthy, a mental disease. I don't think they're trying to. You can't lose in the ring. They talking about dropping the fight Tank, going up to fight Benavidez. They fucking body. You talking about drop the 147, go up to 140, 175, come back down here. Like, what you want them to do? Like, what the fuck?
And unfortunately, man, I see it as not all of it. Like, like that's what I was talking about earlier too. I don't know if you're here, Oster. I think Ty was, but I was talking about like people saying you don't know shit about boxing and stuff. Like me and Ty disagree all the time. Me and you disagree all the time, Oster. Me and Oscar just I've never told y'all, and y'all never said to me that I don't know shit about boxing. So I feel like it's because we know boxing, even though we disagree. It don't matter how much one may know more, one may know less, but I don't throw that term around loosely. But I will say this now, and no disrespect to those people, but the majority of the people that are saying Bud versus Benavidez, Bud versus Tank, they don't know shit about boxing, bro. They literally just want, and they're masquerading like they're doing it for the betterment of the sport. No, you just don't like Bud. You probably haven't liked it for a long time, so you want to put him in impossible situations and I'm not saying that he can't possibly beat Benavidez, so please don't get my words twisted. If Bud wants to fight Benavidez, I'm putting money on Bud because I don't think he could beat him, but if he thinks he could beat him, I believe that he really knows he could beat him. You know, him and Bomac too. So I'm done betting against Bud. I'm telling you that right. I'm not betting against Bud no more. But what I'm saying is that I still think that's just, why would he go to 175? Like Benavidez is not at 175 anymore. And I just made a video and I showed you that Benavidez said out of his mouth he wouldn't fight Canelo. He wouldn't even fight Canelo at 168. He said that Canelo would have to come to 175. Now things could change. You know, when if Turkey wants to make that offer, maybe he might change it a little bit. But that's what he said. So we want him to go to 175, coming from 135 as a pro, 130 as an amateur. Like, what are we talking about? Come on, bro. That's silly.
I want to see the next best fight is Bud and Abdullah Mason. How about that? Yeah. And now everybody understand how stupid they sound, even talking like that.
Come on now. I would like
passing the torch.
Passing the torch, head ass. I would like to see him go to 160 though, if it was up to me, because I think he beats them all, man. I ain't gonna lie. Not just that, but I also think Janibek would pose a challenge. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's easy, but I think he beats them. Yeah, right there. And I think it'll be a 6, and it also gives 6 divisions. Come on, bro.
Mm-hmm. I know,
bro.
But I don't
6 division champion.
Come
on, bro.
Yo, to be honest with you, Doc, I mean that's cool. 6 division, that's cool, but
that's fine.
I mean, for right now, with me with Bud right now, it's not enough excitement in boxing right now. But I think Bud should chill out for about a year.
I agree with that.
It's just not enough.
Well, he does that. He does that anyway. He just
yeah. But I'm saying, without even talking about, without talking about we want to have a fight. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. I got you.
Chill out, because it's really, 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 and I ain't tooting nobody home, but it's really, I mean, shit, the man went to the top of the mountain, and I mean, there's nothing else to do but go under. I mean, you can go grab another belt. I mean, another division. That's cute, for the legacy. But I don't think he can do nothing else for his legacy as of right now, unless somebody pop up in boxing. Somebody just pop up in the next year.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that. Like I mean, so what I'm saying is that I think there's more that he could do, but nothing to reach this he hit the pinnacle. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, there's nothing that's gonna be bigger than Canelo. Like, Canelo rematch, even the Canelo rematch, I don't think will be bigger. But it could be as big. Like, I don't think he could do anything that'd be bigger. Maybe he could do something as big, like maybe a Canelo rematch. But even if he goes up and fights Bivol and Benavidez, I don't think it'll be bigger. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, or goes down to Janibek and Adames is not bigger, or even Boots, that's not bigger. So I agree with you. Let me pull up the other fellas. Oh, go ahead. And I'm gonna pull up Irony and Thomas.
Real quick. You think the people that's asking him to fight Benavidez and all them, you think they were Spence fans or Canelo fans?
I ain't gonna lie, I probably think both.
I think they Spence fans though.
I would say both. You think Spence more?
I think they more Spence fans. I think they more Spence fans.
The reason why, I would tell you why I think it's both. I agree that it's Spence. I do think that people that don't like Bud are mostly Spence fans. But I would say why it's Canelo, because on the video I made, somebody told me, if Benavidez, if Bud doesn't fight Benavidez, then he's ducking, just like we call Canelo a duck. I guess because they don't know that I'm a Canelo fan and I don't do that. But they just see my skin color and they just assume, how they do because they're ignorant. But so I know that people that are Canelo fans, like only a Canelo fan would say that. If Bud doesn't fight Benavidez, he's a duck because we call Canelo a duck. First of all, I didn't call him that. So who's his we that you're talking about? You're not talking about me. So
I was seeing in terms of,
yeah. So I do think it's both.
After he lost to Spence, they like, when he would fight Canelo, and then he lost Canelo, they trying to pick the next motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Nobody else.
I agree with that. And plus Benavidez is PBC too, so yeah. Just like Spence. So yeah, I agree with that. But I'm gonna be honest too, though. I do think that I don't want to say that all the Bud detractors are Spence fans or Canelo fans, because I don't see how you could dislike Bud, but just because I don't see it doesn't mean that you can't. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that everybody that dislikes Bud is because they like Spence and Canelo, but it does seem like the majority are. But I don't want to say that because they don't make it seem like I'm saying you can't dislike them. There's reasons for why everybody dislikes everybody. You know, it's great. People ain't like Jesus, so I don't want to make it seem like you have to like Bud. But I don't personally. I don't understand how somebody doesn't like Bud. I don't see it. But maybe he messed with some of their baby mamas or something. I don't know. Everybody
Never
got their
know,
reasons.
kid.
Yeah, you never know. So let me pull up Irony and Thomas.
I bet.
No, you're here. You're still here, Oster. I'm pulling up everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should. Yes, sir. Thomas, Irony.
I just wanted to say one thing, right? And then I'm gonna continue.
Uh-oh.
Ty, you got a date with me. Anyway, T Hill, it sucks. It sucks that the judges don't get those looks, those repetitions, that's what I don't understand. Like, we at home, we get a better view of things that are critical to a fight than a judge does. Like, I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure that out,
That's easy to figure out. That's easy to figure out because it's not that we don't see what they don't see. They just do what they choose to do. We know they saw it. We know for a fact they saw it. We ain't crazy. Like, I mean, I don't want to talk about Tank, but when Tank took the knee, everybody saw that. The judge can do what they want to do. You know what I mean? So that's just how that go.
that was what we were saying. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm gonna show you how much Tank is the talking point, bro. Crawford just had a tremendous performance, and somehow some people started bringing it back to Tank.
That's true.
Now I will agree with what my man Doc and Ty was saying. Because of what happened with Crawford and him not really getting broke off, he possibly can get broke off, but him not really getting broke off and still going up in there and making a fight and getting something, it should make people want to go out there and prove they medal up in the ring. But when it's all said and done, man, there are certain names that generate things, and there's certain names that certain things apply a lot more heavily to, and Tank is one of those guys.
That's true. I want to say this too, real quick interruption. I didn't know, maybe y'all did. I thought I could have sworn Chris Eubank wasn't with Bomac anymore. I could have sworn it. Maybe I'm tripping. But anyway, the press conference going on right now. Bomac's with him. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
They launched it today. That's right.
Hey, Todd, bro. Oh, because of scheduling. That's right. Maybe. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's what the scheduling. Huh? Yeah, you're right. True. Because
remember,
yeah,
Bomac wasn't able to travel. He still got that thing.
True.
And it wasn't really his fault.
Because he got that thing. He had that thing because he had that thing.
He had that thing on him.
You're right.
Bo said, I ain't going over there without this thing. Crazy.
I'm going to tell you this, though. Bomac is back. Hey, Connor's cooked. Connor, because I was like, man, I might give Connor a little chance in the rematch. I was going with Chris Eubank anyway, but oh yeah, put a stack on Bomac or Chris Eubank.
They got some Cheetos in the UK.
I'm trying to see. They ain't show him yet. If he got that Cheeto bag, it's definitely a wrap.
Let me quote Kendrick. Eubank, pack him up.
Pack him up. That's crazy.
I got a question for you guys. I got a question for you guys. I was talking to Ryan last night. Shout out to my Canadian brother, Ryan Frazier.
Hey, big mouth.
He was saying, exactly. He was saying that the Badu Jack rematch happened because the Michaelian team petitioned for the fight to be like rewatched or whatever, and they rewatched it and they scored it differently. Like, and neither him or me knew that was even a possibility to do that. Like
WC Mick.
Yeah.
Okay, appreciate that.
They put in a petition to WC, then overrided whatever commission it was, and then they did a review for themselves. They scored it and judged it and said, hey, we're going to give him another shot.
Yeah.
At the same time, they ranked Jake Paul.
Right, exactly. Talk to him. Yeah, that is
Thank you.
But I will say this, though, not to defend them, but I have heard of fighters petitioning. So like, for example, William Skull, he lost, but he was obligated to fight Vladimir Shishkin because Vladimir Shishkin petitioned about that result, and then IBF granted him a rematch, but then the Canelo rematch trumped it for undisputed, and where we're at now. But So I've heard about that stuff before. And
Same thing with
Lomachenko
Loma.
didn't Lomachenko petition, and then he got the rematch, but then he denied it. He
for
petitioned,
Haney.
yeah, but he petitioned to get it overturned. He didn't want a rematch, and they said no, we're not overturning, but we'll give you a rematch. And he said no. So I
Haney had
have
to
heard
move
about
out,
that
but
before.
semantics. But,
Here you go.
Semantics. He petitioned the WBC, the WBO, and the IBF, and they was like, "Look, you can run it back."
Yeah.
He said, "No." It was like, "All right, well, two of them let him keep his ranking."
Yeah.
No, that was it. Because that shocked me. But yeah, some people have done it in the past.
Yeah,
So
they have
okay,
done it
it's
before.
not that
Yeah.
unusual then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say that I was surprised still because I didn't think Noel McCain would do it for her, but hey.
Yeah, because I mean, wouldn't Oshaki Foster do that for the Conceição fight, or wouldn't Sandor Martin do that for the Puello fight? Like I can go on and on about really close fights, but I don't know.
I don't quite remember. I don't even think Shock had to do it. I think it was so blatant that they just gave it to him. I don't think he had the petition, to be honest. I don't quite remember though, but I don't remember them
Fans
even having the
petition for
petition.
it.
What you say?
Fans petition for it
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
had the financial backing to do it.
Right.
That's why Sandor ain't get shit.
Right.
And yeah, no, that's all I got. What were you guys saying?
We were just talking. Chris Eubanks congratulating Bo Mack for his Terence Crawford victory. I'll ask this: Is Bo Mack solidified number one trainer of the
Yes.
right now?
Yes.
Got to be right.
No doubt.
He should have been that.
Should have been it.
It's been number one for a while in my book.
Hell yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like backwards if you got the best fighter and you're not the best trainer.
I agree.
That's kind of like go hand in hand. That's like saying Phil Jackson ain't the best coach and he coached Jordan. You know what I mean?
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
not necessarily.
Yeah, I think it's up for conversation because I'm gonna tell you why I think so. Oser is because I don't think it's as automatic as that because I respect, let's say Bozy and Robert Garcia. They may not have the best fighter, but they have a lot of good fighters, like a lot of champions. You know what I'm saying? So I think that could even it out or even eclipse the one good fighter. But the thing with Bomac has the one good fighter and he has some other champions too. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah,
I got a better one for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a better one for you. Floyd Senior, who I think is one of the best trainers probably ever. He was also training Ricky Hatton for Manny Pacquiao. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do. I mean, no, I shouldn't say that today.
That's crazy. Too soon? Too soon?
Yeah.
No, but you got a point there.
My bad.
No, you got a point there though. You got a point. Y'all got a point because you do as you said it. As you said it, I thought about it. I said, yeah, because you could thought about the coach thing. Remember, because you can be considered coach of the year, just taking like a team that like in basketball, say a team
that was bad the year before.
Like 13 and 52, and then you start coaching them, and now they made the playoffs and all that. So that could be y'all got a point with that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a fighter that's just that good. Now, that doesn't mean you don't know what the hell you're doing. You know some stuff, but as far as you being the best trainer, sometimes there's a little more to it than that,
But now, give or take, now since this is a new category in sport, I guess statistics now. What's LeBron shit? What's that new status LeBron got? What's it called? Longevity.
Okay.
Now. He had Crawford from a young age though, so
what from a young age? Sorry,
Crawford. So you could say,
Crawford.
You could arguably say the greatness of Crawford, and coming with that training, that constant training since a kid.
Like, I agree with that. I agree with that. It's like Reynoso. I give Reynoso credit with Canelo's like, I give not that doesn't mean that they wouldn't be great somewhere else, but I gotta give them for what I see, you know what I'm saying? I just think it's more impressive when with Robert Garcia, of course he had Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia could have been that dude with Bo Mack, Bozy, or Bob Santos, but the fact that Robert Garcia had Mikey, and then he also had Rayo, if you want to say it's a fluke, whatever, but he just has multiple guys, Raymond Morataya. So I think that your body of work is also something like with Bozy too. You know, Bozy has his son. Okay, Boots probably could have been Boots with Derek James, but the fact that he has him with Bozy, and then he also has Andy Cruz, and then he also has O'Shea Jones, who's a champion in the female division. And he also has, you know what I'm talking about, all those other guys. So I think it adds to it.
And so I think, you know, it's another thing add to it too, not just for the fighter, but the trainer, the fighter accolades. Like, cause you'll say like, you know, I always talk shit about Derrick James, but in all retrospect with Derrick, you know, I just don't like, I think he's sneaky. But other than that, you know, he had Charlo and these motherfuckers undisputed over there. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers is doing their thing.
Yeah,
A couple
too.
of them, you know
Unified,
what I mean? Unified, you know, triple belts and all this. So a lot of the accolades too come from if that trainer was with them, you know, I mean, definitely from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
So I think yeah, you're right. I think there's a whole whirlpool of coaching. I'm starting to look at it a little different now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little biased. Yeah, I was a little biased. I see that now. He's all right though.
Well, but he good though.
It's
Yeah,
right.
so it ain't like you biased for like no disrespect to any trainer that's not good, but like, man, you biased. It's like, for example, and this is no disrespect. I talk about this fighter, boy. People try to kill me, but it's like Shingo Inoue. It's like he might be a great trainer, but I only know him for Naoya, his son. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe later I'll know him for some other guys and girls too, but right now I only know him for Naoya. So I can only judge him for now. You know what I'm saying? So he's great, but I can't put him over Bomac, who has multiple. He has Crawford and some other people. You know, I can't put him over, you know, same with Papachenko and Lomachenko. You know, there's no disrespect to them. But no, let me rephrase that. Takuma Inoue was a champion too. But, you know, he lost, you know what I'm saying? So he wasn't like a long-standing. Yeah, nah, I give him that. But it's not enough to me to put him over like guys like a Bomac, a Bozy, a Robert Garcia, Eddie Reynoso, and stuff. Freddie Roach. Yeah, like they have body of words outside of just their kin or their offspring type stuff. Oh shoot, I already got kicked.
I was about to say Papachenko belong in there. He gave us Usyk.
That's true. My fault. You're right. Appreciate the correction. Yep, Usyk too. You're right. Yeah, you're right about that.
You really find out how good of a trainer you are when you actually have a fighter that has the ability or boxing acumen to display your philosophies.
Yep.
Because you could be the super knowledgeable guy, but nobody will really recognize it until you have a fighter that can display it.
True.
Exactly.
True.
So now listen to this though. You know, that kind of so that kind of do Bill train Dev or just manage them?
Both.
So Bill would be a good candidate, but he only got one body of work, right? That's only when he trained his dad, right? He got other fighters. I mean, I know he got another son, right?
He got his sons, Amari Jones, a little bit of work with Bumgardner, but not for a fight. But with Bill, the credit I feel like goes 50-50 because as like a father trainer, he did the smart thing. I'm gonna go take my boy to this guy. I'm gonna take him over here, soak up some of that knowledge, and I'm gonna take him over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I like his body of work, but it was just Dev though. You know what I mean? So that's why before we was talking about Doc, like for the whole body of work.
Yeah. Shout out to Thomas on there too. Let me see if I can pull him up on the screen. Yeah, I agree. I mean, as much as I like Calvin Ford, you know, I like Calvin Ford because Gervonta, but
you ain't gonna pull me up on the screen, dog. I'm not screen savvy, if you know what I mean.
I got you. With the Calvin Ford, you know, I like Calvin Ford tank. I think he's a great trainer, but yeah, it's hard for me to put him up there when, you know, he's just Gervonta, you know. Well, it's not that it's just Gervonta, but on the large scale, it's just Gervonta. Of course, he has other guys too and stuff, and amateurs and stuff.
The other guys keep on getting cooked.
Right. That part too. Who's Scooter Davis trained by? Who's Scooter Davis trained by? Is he trained by he's not trained by Calvin Ford, is he? I don't think so.
He be there, but that's not his primary trainer.
Right.
I think he headbangers. I think he trained by
what's his name, bro? I just saw him, bro. Got a picture with him too.
It's not Mustafa.
Mustafa, that's it. Yep. Out of Georgia, right?
Stacks.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard about him.
Yeah, I met him at the he was at the Orlando fight.
Ain't he the one that puts out that good gym down there in Georgia, right?
Yes,
Like
sir.
a real good gym. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I heard about him. I don't know too much about him, but I heard about I forgot what fight was it. I think it was around the Spence fight. No. I think it was was it the Spence fight or I think it was around the Charlo and Canelo fight is when I heard about him.
Okay.
I don't know what happened, but I know I heard about him somewhere about his training and stuff. Yeah, I seen the video.
Yeah, Tank went and worked with him too for a little bit when he was going through that little thing with Calvin wasn't gonna make it to the training with Lamar around the Lamar Roach time. And they said that Tank was breaking up with Coach Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah, some footage of him working with Mustafa a little bit as well.
Yeah, he's going back between Mustafa and Barry.
Barry, that's his name. Yeah, Barry Hunter. Yep, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yo, you know something? Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
This is off boxing though, but just back to the Kirk thing, right?
Yes, sir.
But now listen, it's ironic, and I was saying this. I think I was talking about irony. It's ironic that Charleston White. When he talk about black people, you know how like it sounds good to some people because you get a lot of views and a lot of shit like that when you talk about black people. How you talk about all our derogatory things and things that and culture and all that, and it's like he get a lot of views, right?
Yeah.
But you notice how when he said the same words about Charlie Kirk, you see what happened to him.
Don't mention that guy's name.
Oh well. Anyway, but you see what he said about him. You see when he's talking about him, and you didn't see the.
No, I didn't see because I don't watch the Charleston White guy. No,
I don't watch him either.
Yeah, no, I missed that clip. Then. Yeah, send it to me then so I can see it. So he said the same thing about the same rhetoric that he says about other people. He said about him, and now he got backlash. You see?
Yo, and the way it sounds when you talk about white people, they on his ass, boy. He was talking the same way like Uncle Ruffy about the white man. Yo, they on his ass.
You see?
I swear to God,
you see?
I tell you,
you gotta be consistent, man. You gotta be consistent, bro. You gotta if you like when someone says outrageous stuff about one, you gotta like it when they say outrageous stuff about the other. But it's just because they don't see it as outrageous. They just see, oh yeah, I also feel that way. So it got to be right. But now when it's reflected back on them, then now all of a sudden it's different. He don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he got 200.
We should do this on the live. I want Doctor to get in something,
I appreciate it. Nah, that's straight. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would wait.
He's fine. He just can't mention Buddy name.
Yeah, no, I know what I know. I think I know what you're saying. That's why I'm saying.
I didn't know that.
It's a montage stream. Don't mention Buddy name around here.
That's true. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
that's sad.
That's why I'm saying, like, if you want to get into this, we can get into this.
But that's why
we do it after the live. I'm just.
No, I appreciate y'all looking out. Looking out.
That's why I placed the question the way I placed it. Like,
right now, you go. So you good.
You know what I mean?
No, you good, bro. I still want this to be a place of truth too. You just gotta, walk the line.
But anything, me personally, I don't mind anything. But I'm just saying the world we're living in. I don't want Doctor to get in trouble or anything like that.
Yeah. I got to prioritize humanity, man. People make things. We just got to keep humanity at the forefront. But fellas, I'm gonna go give me some food, man. Is there anything y'all want to talk about real quick? I'm starving. And message me too, Irony, so I can help you with that stuff because I'll forget.
If you can just write me, shoot me at the end, Doctor, about how to do the Discord deal and everything, if you will, and I would appreciate that.
I got to know your question too, so what you're trying to do before I could tell you. So it'd be best if you tell me what the issue is.
On my lives, I'm trying to do what you're doing. We're putting the Discord link up in the.
So when you have the Discord open, but you gotta tell me what you use. Like for example, I use OBS, so it might be different to set it up. But I'll tell you what I do in my OBS. What I do is I add it as a source. I add Discord as a source. So there's different tabs. There's scenes, sources, scene transitions, audio mixer controls. You got to go to sources and hit the plus button, and then you bring in your audio source, which would be I'm getting audio from Discord. So if you're not using OBS, it might be a little different. That's what I'm saying. You have to tell me what the question is. It's not just like a one size fits all. So you're not using. You said you're using StreamYard, right? I never used StreamYard, but I'm sure it's a very similar. It's all probably be a similar process. It might just not be called sources. It may be called input or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it's called.
Nah,
I never used that
I got
interface.
you. I got you. No, I use Windows. I don't use Apple. So
No, not Apple. No, not Apple. I'm talking about your
Hey,
broadcasting.
Doc.
Your broadcasting
okay.
software. Your broadcasting application. You're gonna use StreamYard, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, I'm Discord. I'm not gonna lie. I think Discord is probably better. But
But you're not gonna stream from Discord. You're streaming from
I'll let you
StreamYard, right?
No. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So yeah. So
I'm
you're
I'm
gonna have
all
to
over the
input.
place.
Yeah, you're all right. You're
But
gonna have
look,
to input your stream. You're gonna have to input your Discord as a source from your StreamYard. But like I said, you can also look at a tutorial too how to integrate Discord with
not to tell
StreamYard on
them, I
YouTube.
got StreamYard. I stream from StreamYard too. That's Irony we talked to, right?
Yes, sir.
Yo,
Yeah.
Irony. On your StreamYard and your dashboard, go to destinations, and Discord gonna be up there. Discord, to
Destinations.
YouTube, and they have a couple other ones. Yeah, go to your
Okay.
destination.
Okay.
They say add destinations, and then you just go there and just link your Discord to it. It's easy
Okay.
to link your
Thank
Discord
you.
to it, and then do it on your YouTube.
Okay.
Or anywhere you want to send your stuff that from StreamYard.
Right. Okay. Cool. That's good. Yeah, because I use Stream
Thank you
Elements
very much.
OBS. So.
Yeah, StreamYard got an
I got
OBS number too, I think.
Yeah, they do. They have StreamYard OBS. I use Stream Elements OBS. But yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Shoot, no problem, bro. Good luck with that, and let us know when you go live and stuff like that too, man. Same with Oster, man. Drop your stuff for the recommendations and stuff, man. I'm about to go get
Yeah. I
me
just
some
put my
food,
Discord and all that on there. I just put all that shit on there yesterday. That's what I was doing yesterday. All
Hey,
day.
I'm about to give me some Chick-fil-A compliments of time, man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm finna get me some of that gosh dang. You know what I'm talking about? Give me a little strawberry shaky shake. Compliments of my
One
brother.
thing about Chick-fil-A with me, when I get Chick-fil-A, I gotta put it in the microwave.
Why? It's too cold by the time you eat it, or it's just never hot
it's
enough.
not a cheese beat. I got that cheese
true.
that be.
I feel you.
It gotta be a little something, man.
I feel you.
Just tell them melt this shit then.
Huh?
Just tell them to melt the cheese.
I never thought
Oh,
about
I ain't know you could do that.
You can. That's what I'll be doing.
that.
I
I
get
didn't know
them
that.
spicy with the pepper jack, the bacon on the bottom. I'm like, yo, melt my stuff. Put some bacon on there.
You know what they're gonna say too. Oh, thank you. No problem. Thank you. How long would you like it melted?
That swine.
Have a good day.
So there you go with that swine. There you go with that swine. He said to put the bacon on it. There you go.
As long as Bozy don't know shit.
Right. Hey, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I be
Google
praying,
like
man. Y'all gotta
Racer?
pray for me, man. I try to get off it, but that's just too good, my boy.
Lord have mercy.
I'm trying to cut out the red meat too.
Lord have mercy, Doc.
I try to cut it out.
That workout
bro.
ain't that workout ain't helping that swine.
You feel me?
Muscle ups ain't working. Your muscle ups ain't helping that swine, Doc.
Doctor, I'm being too nice. Doctor, I'm being too nice. We need to get back to pressing you on the salad.
You skip it out, Ty. I mean irony, sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me? I need to get back to pressing you hard on the salad because I'm being too nice. I think that's the problem.
That's it. We gonna pause that. Oh, I see. You see, that's why you skipped out, bro, because God knew you was talking that nonsense. I gotta eat the red meat, bro. Gotta eat the red. No, I'm playing. Nah, actually, you know what's funny? I didn't eat salad yesterday, but I ate the day before. I ate what I ate. I ate some steamed vegetables and some fish.
You see? That's it.
Something else.
That's
I can't
it.
remember. Steamed vegetables, some fish. I think
Now
some
we're
potatoes.
talking.
Yeah, bro. I just can't get off the pizza and the ice cream, bro. I need that.
Hey, yo, Doc.
that. Yes, sir.
Listen, Doc. I don't really do all that, but you shouldn't say what you just said just now, man.
What I just say? What I said? It was crazy.
You just went
Ty shaking his head, so I know it was crazy.
Yo, you
I
just
didn't
went
catch it, bro.
crazy, Doc.
What I said, bro? Hold on, hold on, bro. Let me play it, bro.
Crazy, Doc.
Hold on, bro. What I say, bro?
What do you mean by that?
I gotta hit myself with it. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
What I say, bro? I said I don't really eat the salad, but yeah, that's kind of crazy. Eat the salad part. That's what you talking about?
Is that the red meat? Oh, yeah.
I said I can't get off the red. Hey, yeah, that's a pause. Yeah, we gonna pause that. Yeah, I can't get off. Let me say I can't get off the Yeah, I don't even beef sound just as bad, so I don't know. The cow. There you go, the cow, bro.
No, did it?
Yeah, we gonna pause that. Yeah, the red meat is crazy.
Yo, did I miss the
That's a
Scooter
whack.
Davis news?
No, what happened with Scooter Davis? I know you had the last fight where he whooped Buddy in like 2 rounds. Or maybe it was
Signed
1
to
round.
Top Rank.
I missed that too. I didn't know that. Oh wow.
As of, I'm assuming earlier today, but it's saying 3 minutes ago.
Oh, I missed that too. He's with Top Rank. Hey, shout out to Top Rank,
Yeah.
man. They ain't dying then. I don't know. You know, B Norman just re-signed, so Davis is. That's crazy. That's what's up. Oh, he gonna be good money then, because you know Top Rank gonna feed him right. As far as the steady diet of you know, make him look good with the matchmaking.
Mm-hmm.
He already look good too. I'm not saying easy. I'm just saying, you know, that's gonna help him out. That's what's up.
As far as the rankings, yeah.
Yeah, and ranking, right, exactly. WBO, shoot. They got a lot of young bulls. Brian Norman, already WBO champion. Abdullah Mason fighting for the WBO belt. Xander Zayas, another WBO champion. So, yeah. All young.
See that? I want to see that Abdullah fight, but that's gonna be a good one. Yo, that fight card is gonna be a good card.
Bro, the whole card, bro. The whole card, bro.
I'm telling
Bro,
you,
I'm
man.
praying that no injury, no pulling out,
Yeah,
please, for that
yeah.
November card. We had
Me
enough
too.
with the last crescendo. We had enough of it.
I
Okay?
agree. And we already lost Matthias and Smith, which I'm still doubtful, but we'll see.
Yo, all right. Not the way.
Well,
we
just,
not gonna
we
judge
still
the
have
way-
the fight, but it's not on that card. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, don't judge the way
Right.
that fight card turned out. The one with Ryan Garcia and Broly. You think this fight card is better than that fight card? Without counting the result. Just talking about the fight card.
Just to build up, yeah, because no disrespect to Ryan and Rolly was cool going in, but I wasn't really like looking forward to it. All these
No,
fights
November
on here, I was looking
is
forward to
awesome.
it. Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
looking for David Benavidez, and I not saying that I was looking for Benavidez a yard in particular, but I was looking for Benavidez versus a solid light heavyweight. You see what I'm saying? And I was looking forward to who else is on there? Definitely looking for Abdullah Mason to get his first title shot. So, and then he's going against another undefeated guy, Sam Noakes. And then
Bam Rodriguez
I was
versus
definitely looking
Martinez.
for Bam. I've been calling for that fight for the longest for Bam and Puma. So I was definitely looking forward to that. Yeah. So I think this one is I think this is better. And not to mention Norman and Haney. I think
And
we all
we're
wanted
getting
to see.
Beterbiev too.
Yeah, Beterbiev was on their last second addition against Dion Nicholson. Yep. And then so that's like a bonus fight. And then Mason and Haney and Norman. You know, we want to see Norman. We want to see Haney against a puncher, athletic puncher, and we want to see Norman against a guy that was has some credibility. So I think we get
Yo,
Yeah, it's great all around. It's great all around. You know.
Doc, last question before you leave.
Yes, sir.
If you only could fight, if you only could watch one of the fights on that card, which one you gonna watch?
Ooh, now this is a good question.
Damn.
I ain't gonna lie, this might be a little controversial. I would, if I could only pick one, it would be Bam and Puma. If I could only watch one, it would be Bam and Puma.
Not bad.
Me-
Not bad.
Me, I'm watching Mason and Noakes.
Mason and Noakes, I like that too.
Yeah, I watch
I'm
Mason.
with Doctor. I'm with Doctor, but I have a slight second Abdullah and Sam Noakes. But I'm with Doctor. I would choose Bam and Puma.
Yeah, I feel like that one's not gonna miss. Not saying I think all of them are gonna hit, but that one I don't think. I think it's as close as it could be to an impossibility. That fight's gonna be bad. Like I think it's almost impossible that fight to be bad. That fight there, bro.
Yeah, me too.
They gonna be scrapping. What about you, Ty?
7-5, 7-5, 8-4.
Haney over Norman. Team Slime, what it do? Kendrick in the building. What's good, brethren? Almost Mr. Streams putting out fires at work. Hey man, be safe out there, man. And you got long dreads too, man. Don't end up like Michael Jackson in the Pepsi commercial. Your shit burned, man. Be all right. Be safe.
Be like
Rest in
Michael
peace,
Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Yeah, man. That Pepsi commercial. Was it a Pepsi? I think it was a Pepsi commercial where he got his hair set on fire.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Yeah, man.
He didn't want to be there. He didn't like Pepsi.
Shout out to Mike.
That motherfucker seen that hair on fire. That motherfucker got real. He's like, yo, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, man. Give me a closing statement, Irony, and then Oster first, and then Irony, and then Ty. On my screen, that's the order.
my closing statement is I need Mason to win this fight, get this belt, so we can see what's up for his next step, man. Because I think Mason is probably. I think he might be the besides Haney. You know what I mean? From young coming up, I think Mason. I think he. I think he got it. But I got to see this fight though, because this dude ain't no punk. And I'm gonna watch another fight this dude knows too. You know what I mean? And he coming over here to get ready for this fight. So
All right.
I'm gonna see this fight. I'm gonna see this one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one, man. Talk to me, Irony. Wait, hold on. Who you got before we go to Irony?
I got Mason.
Okay.
I got.
Okay. Go ahead, Irony.
What I got.
Hey, thank you for having me, doctor. And
thank you.
yeah, I got Mason too. Don't forget about my boy who's gonna show up and show out on Saturday. The king of the strawweights, Mr. Boston Collazo. Watch the little weights. Yes, watch them. They're worth it.
Absolutely.
Take it from me. What else? No, that's pretty much all I got. And please let me have a Petaya versus Zurdo sometime in my lifetime.
I hope so.
Appreciate it. And hey, God bless y'all.
God bless you too, bro. Yes, a shout out to one time. I gotta say one time for the ladies as well, man. Gabriela Tandora is also on that card with Oscar Collazo defending her undisputed belts. She's the youngest undisputed champion in the 4-belt era, so shout out to her. Followed by Devin Haney, he's the youngest as a male. Go ahead, Ty, talk to me, bro.
Seven five, 8-4. UD.
UD. That's a Haiti, man. He said, that's crazy, bro. Oh, man. No Brian Norman, man.
I think Haney gonna win that fight too, though.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
I think Haney's gonna win too. Yeah, I got
really. I'm the only one that got Norman. Y'all said what was it? No, he said Norman conforming. Or if it's Storming, Haney by UD.
Y'all might think I'm crazy, right? Y'all might think I'm crazy. I know y'all think I'm crazy anyway, but I think from what Crawford did just now, I think all the fighters, the ones we talk about, I think they all got a little chip on their shoulder. I really think Haney gonna come in here and try to do similar to what Crawford did.
Hey, why not?
I don't think he's gonna like run around and that. I'm thinking he gonna try to prove something. That's what I really, really believe that. I really believe that.
And he gonna clockwise.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, I think he's gonna do something like that, man, because he could. He got the ability too. He could. And I think, you know what I mean, like Shakur changed, you know what I mean? I think it's gonna be a little trend where these boxers gonna start, you know what I mean, making it at least a fight. I hope so. I could be wrong. I think Haney gonna. I think he gonna sit in the pocket for a minute with this nigga.
Hey, hell yeah! But fellas, man, I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. I'm about to go ahead and go get me some food, man. I'm starving.
You think you'll be live later or?
Yeah, nah, probably not later. I'll probably drop another video, but nah, I won't be live. If I do go live, I'll probably go from the park.
Oh, the Paro fight. Yeah, you said that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll definitely be live for the Paro fight. Yes, good Lord willing. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear you say, Doc. I'm going to cook something.
Hey, anybody know where that's going to be broadcasted at? Anybody know where that fight's going to be broadcasted at?
Nah, I don't know. I'll look right
Who's fighting against?
Paro's fighting David Papit. Kyo Sports according to schedule. According to boxing scene, it's Kyo Sports, KO Sports, KAYO, KO Sports or Kyo Sports.
Okay, gotcha.
What they fighting on? What they fighting on?
That's what we trying to figure out now. KO Sports, I guess. KO Sports.
I would assume the zone because of the association with Paro, but
that's what I was thinking too. But I don't know.
Yo, thanks send me that link too. Ty, send me the zone joint you was talking about.
All right, fellas, man. Appreciate y'all rocking, man. Shout out to y'all, man. All right, God bless, man.
Have a great day, bro.
Yeah, y'all too, man.
All right.
Shout out to Ty again, man. Big 50 piece on your boy, man. Hey, chat. Shout out to all y'all showing me love, man. I appreciate it, bro. For real, man. Big salute to Ty. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out this thing. What the heck? It won't let me. Give me a second. Give me a second. There you go. Yeah. So shout out to Ty, man. Big love in the ting ting, man. Big love in the super chat. I don't know what's up with my computer right now. There we go. Okay, good. Yes, sir, man. Shout out to all the love in the super chats. Let's see what we got. Man. We got the big $2 from Fredo. Shout out to you, man. Thank you. Shout out to George Last Patron for the $5. Shout out to Ty Morissette for the $10. Shout out to Ty Morissette for the big 50 piece. You know what I'm talking about? Love, peace, and hair grease. You know what I'm talking about? Drop the big 50 piece on your boy, man, for the Chick-fil-A, man. Shout out to my brother Ty, man, always coming through. Shout out to everybody who came hit the panel. You know what I'm saying? It was Thomas, Irony, Oster, Ty. Shout out to everybody that came through and listened to us talk this good boxing. You know what I'm saying? One time for Canelo. He's still an all-time great. 2 times and more times for Terence Crawford. He was an all-time great before. He is even more so now. You know what I'm saying? Give these fighters the respect that they deserve, man. Stop being stingy with the respect and the love, man. That's what's going to grow the sport. If you don't like a top fighter in the sport, then what that mean for the sport? It means the sport's not that good if the top player's not good. It's crazy, bro. So, yeah, man. So, I appreciate y'all rocking as always. 1 time for humanity, 2 times for peace, 3 times for love. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to smack that like button. And also, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times for the members. I appreciate that as well, man. And like the video, share the video, man. We going to keep going and growing as long as God permits. You know what I'm talking about? Love over hate. I appreciate y'all. Smack that like button. Most importantly, remember with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. And get off my boy Cinnamon, man. Chill out. I see you, Ty. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.